Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the Watchalong for Manchester United versus Atletico Madrid. The first one I've done this pre-season. I'm very excited. Yeah. I'm joined by Abdul. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
You feeling excited?
I'm buzzing for this, actually, because I really, really want to see Martinez and Eriksen, of course.
Yeah, do you think they'll start? Well, we'll find out in about 2 seconds. Jordan, you're here as well. How are you doing? You're here in spirit and in body.
I've been better.
What's up with you?
I'm a bit rough in it.
Right, so every time...
But at least I'm here at the right time.
Yeah, you know what? He's ticked the minimum requirement, so therefore he deserves some praise.
The bare minimum is what I contribute.
That is what I will bring. Time after time after time.
Personally,
you can guarantee
Bruce,
I will bring the bare minimum.
I'll get him.
Bring him back.
I'll get him put in a corner.
United's team is out, so let's just go through that first things first, shall we? So it's still done in number order.
I know it. I looked at it once. I don't know it.
Off by heart?
Yeah.
All right, go on then.
De Gea in goal, Delo right back, Lindelof Maguire, Malacia left back, Fred McTominay, Alanga on the right wing, because apparently Sancho's unfit. Bruno, Rashford, and Anthony Martial.
This guy knows
That
ball.
is absolutely correct. We'll get that on the screen in just a minute. So let's go through that again. It's De Gea, a back four of Dalot, Maguire, Lindelof, Malacia. No Martinez from the start, but he is on the bench. And then a midfield of Fred and McTominay, the classic. Then it's Alanga, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, and then Martial up front. I'll go through the subs bench as well. You've got Heaton, Kovar, Alex Tellez, Laird, Martinez, Eriksen, both on the bench, so I'm sure we'll see both of them today. Garner, Pellistri, and Van der Beek. A much smaller bench than we've seen in the other games. Obviously, a lot of players left back in England for the game tomorrow. You know, the likes of Ronaldo and Iqbal and Savage, and those players are all still in England. Luke Shaw as well, not here. Sancho, who I think travelled, didn't he? I saw him on the list yesterday.
I'm pretty sure he travelled, yeah.
And yet he's, like I said, seemingly unfit because he's not on the bench either. But there's the team. What do you make of that team, Jordan, first of all?
I'm happy to see Malacia get a start.
Yeah.
I want to see more of him from the beginning of a game, see how dynamic he can be off the left-hand side, because he looks good when he's been off the bench, but I want to see him from the start, how he links with everybody else there.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I'd like to see one of the new signings start, to be honest. And I saw at least Lissandro, Martinez or Eriksen to be there. Just one of them. I'd like to see one of them from the start.
In terms of we've got some behind-the-scenes access here. Cameron Waters, are you there? Cam? If we just get around the corner, who's one of the social media execs at Manchester United. Any inside information, Cam, that you want to give us? He says no, so that's great stuff. He's not
so
He's
useless.
not in Oslo.
Yeah.
But he knows all about Manchester United these days, doesn't he?
Insider.
Are you surprised that Martinez and Eriksen didn't start, either of them, especially when?
To be honest, nah. Actually, I think if you want to keep the same team in pre-season and then you want to bring them into the second half, I think that'll make more sense. Maybe tomorrow when they get back to Manchester, they'll get a couple more minutes, because I'm sure some of these guys will still be, because it's only a friendly in it. So tomorrow I think a couple of them will still feature, which is mad, isn't it? Because playing like 2 days in a row.
That's good though, isn't it? We've got 2 days watching that back to back.
We've just been told down the years that footballers can't do that, and obviously in a Premier League environment or whatever you couldn't do that. But these are essentially slightly heightened training games, aren't they? They're not full intensity, and I don't think anyone will play 90 minutes in both, but. You know, people train. These footballers train every day. It's weird because when it comes to training, people are like, you need to put more hours in the training pitch. Stay behind an hour. Stay behind 2 hours. You need to get your fitness up. But when it comes to games, it's like that drains your fitness. For some reason, as fans, we think training increases fitness. Running around as much as you can, that increases fitness. Playing matches decreases fitness. Like, what? When does your body know which one is which? I never get that. It's like, you need to get as many minutes in as you can in the training ground to really keep that fitness up. But if you play a match, you lose your fitness. How does that work? I don't really know. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. It does seem like that, though, doesn't it? Like, matches lose fitness, training increases fitness. And these are training matches, so maybe it just keeps it neutral. Maybe it just balances each other out. Alanga is not currently good enough, says KJ2020. I won't go into that too much because he's a young lad, etc., etc., and, you know, do we need more reinforcements on the wings? Because obviously,
100%.
you know,
I
some of them are quite thin now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just because no one's like in pre-season really shown up there. Like Ahmad's, he's played through the middle in some of pre-season, hasn't he? And like, I don't know, man. I seen us like linked. I don't know how legit it is, but like Moussa Diaby. I really, he's probably, to be honest, the most ideal signing you can probably make. if you're going for a winger, because when you look at him, he can play right, he can play left.
Yeah.
There was a game, I pulled it up on my Twitter actually because I tweeted about it in 2021, but there was a game watched against Dortmund of him where he was insane on the right-hand side. Like he was tearing it up, cutting in shots, creating chances. Second half, direct from the left wing. They brought on Leon Bailey, so obviously switched to the left. Same thing again. Like, for me, he's one of the most underrated forwards currently in Europe. Like, his numbers last season, I'm pretty sure he had over 10 goals and over 10 assists in the Bundesliga. So, like, of course, it's the Bundesliga and whatnot, but I think his style would really suit making an impact, whether it's off the bench, whether it's a starter. And I think he'd suit Man United a bit more than Antony currently, because if you're bringing him in to be an impact sub or, like, a player that can make a difference off the bench, then you need that explosiveness, which I believe that, you know, Diaby has a bit more than someone like Antony, whereas Antony's more like, you know, stands on a ball a bit more, like looks at his options and then finds a cross into the area. A great delivery, of course, Antony, but for the price he's being quoted, 80 to 100 mil. Like, come on, man.
You steer clear.
I'd get Diaby for 40, 50, whatever. I'd take him all day. I think he's class. Obviously, Newcastle been heavily linked to him as well, but don't know how legit it is, but I think that's a very, very ideal signing.
You have to think as well, like, look at the wing options you've got right now. Palistri's not going to be that guy, I don't think. No. He's not really, he only really has a chance in the first team when it's pre-season, and he gets shift up on loan. You've got Amad Diallo, who, as you said before, he's playing central A, he's playing a bit part on the right. He's not really been given a chance yet. Elanga, there's all these questions about whether he's good enough or not. Yeah, he's looked good in pre-season when he's training by himself and he's doing all the picks for the United media team, but is he really that guy? Then you've got Rashford, who's been out of form for 18 months. Jadon Sancho, who had a very lacklustre season, let's be honest, last year. 3 goals, 3 assists in the Prem. It's not good enough for 72 mil. No. He's probably been the best player in pre-season, so that's a good sign. But I almost think we're sort of a bit top-heavy with people who aren't going to make a difference on the wing. Because if you think Rashford and Sancho, let's say they're the starters, guaranteed, who are your backups who are good enough to go in case one of them gets injured straight away? Is
one
there
player
any?
that you could say with that would be Martial, who has played as many games on the left wing as he has up front in his career, but it seems like he's playing as a number 9. He's not played anywhere else other than number 9 this pre-season, has he? And we're thin there as well.
I can see Ronaldo, obviously, depending on if he stays, but I can actually see Ronaldo playing wide, like on the left. I think when you watch this Ajax team, what I notice is you don't actually need a lot of, I would say, pace. It's more about the areas you're picking up and your movement as a player. And that's why, like, Tadic, even though he lost a lot of the explosiveness he had, like, when he was younger and whatnot, he was still producing at that level, because it was just when you're building up. It's like the goal that Rashford scored where we're passing it about against Palace and then it gets cut back to him. Yeah. It's just about players picking up positions and moving. And I feel like Ronaldo on the inside left, if, like, for example, you want to rotate, you can even, if you feel like that's his most ideal situation, you want to play Rashford through the middle with him on the inside left, that can work. Martial again. So I think that's good. And then you'd want Elanga to get up to maybe that level that he had at some point last season where he was showing something. And then I think you'd have to add, like I said, one of these guys we're linked to now, Moussa Diaby, I think it'd be most ideal probably with sign. And then, I don't know, man, I think one of Ahmad, one of these guys as well to step up. But yeah, Ronaldo coming in back into the fold would make things a lot less stressful for Ten Hag.
Hopefully someone can step up as well. Like, I think it's not... I think we're obviously, because the only games we've seen under Ten Hag are these pre-season games. Generally speaking, you don't find out who's performing and who isn't in pre-season. Do you? You can have a good pre-season and not be very good once the season rolls around, and vice versa. Hopefully, one of Ahmad or Pellistri or even Elanga, like, he hasn't been particularly, I don't think, great this pre-season, but that doesn't mean he can't at least get back to where he was at his best last season.
Yeah.
You know, assuming he doesn't progress at all, he can at least be that good again. So he was a decent backup option last year. So hopefully we can get someone else in. But like I said, we kind of need someone else to step up as well and show themselves to be at least worthy of playing 20 games.
But that's the worry, though, when there's all this pressure to try and get someone else in on the right, someone to back up Ronaldo or be Ronaldo's replacement. But then you've still not really got that defensive midfielder. Are we really going to be happy with another season of McFred as the start in the big games?
I think they've just...
We saw how they flopped in the huge games last year, and we've dealt with it for too long. I think they're squad players at best, for me. Squad players at best. And if he can't get a DM in, I do think that it'll start with a 3 in midfield going into the season, and the strongest one will probably be Bruno, Eriksen, Fred. And Fred's your 6, and can you really trust Fred to be the screen?
I think it depends how we look. We'll find out today, but I think if you start seeing what Eriksen did at Brentford, where he's dropping into these areas, I think you guys must have watched the game at Old Trafford. Like the guy, he was giving off that like Paul Scholes vibe, where he'd drop into that zone and then he'd find that ball out wide, and he can just shift it either way. And like he seems like he's grown into that role now after being at Inter and Brentford, where he's playing from deep and trying to dictate things.
The thing is, though, and obviously he's not Paul Scholes. I know you're not saying he is, but even Paul Scholes always had someone who was more positionally more disciplined next to him. He'd have Carrick, Hargreaves, Fletcher. Like Paul Scholes played deep a lot as he got older. He dropped back. I know he scored loads of goals when he was younger, but as he got older, he would play as a sort of deep line playmaker. But he always had someone who was even Carrick was a tackler, but he stayed in front of the defence all the time, no matter what. Fletcher the same. Keane roamed a bit more, but that was when Scholes had more legs in him. I think we still need that person next to them.
Obviously, they're going all out.
Is Fred good enough at that? Maybe not, but I think
he's trying to mould Fred into that. And you could tell. I think a couple of the goals we scored, the ball goes to Fred. I think, to be fair, the Palace goal, I'll give it to Fred. Like the thing that frustrates me with the whole Fred situation is you can't really blame him because he is playing out of position. We've seen what his best position is now. Last season, he played as a high 8, and that's something I said on a channel like before he was played in that role. I remember saying like Fred is best in that high 8 role, pushing almost into the opposition's box at times. Did it in, I think Carrick understood it very well because he did it against Villarreal, won the ball back. He was breaking into the area against Arsenal a couple of times, won the penalty, cut back the ball for Bruno for the goal. Fred in those positions, because he's got like these little nippy passes around the
energy,
corner.
innit? It's the
energy. He could just win it back. And I think I like the way he plays with that intensity, and you can tell it means like a lot to him to play for United to win the ball. But if you're playing him out of position, he's just not got that. It's not just Fred. It's a very, very specialist area, and he's not got that thing where he's receiving and he's dropping the shoulder, knowing how to beat the press behind him.
He doesn't have the on the ball talent. Off the ball, brilliant. And you can maybe doubt his positioning at times, but his work rate, his tackling, his interceptions, are second.
That's the thing. Sometimes that
on the ball, it's not quite there, is it?
Sometimes that even helps him so much so because that positional awareness isn't really there, especially if he's playing out of position. But as you said, Abdul, in that high 8 role, when he's pressing and he's pushing, he causes teams to make mistakes. But can you really afford to not play someone as creative as an Eriksen or a Bruno in that high 8 role in a 3?
If you have Frenkie, then you can do it. Because then it enables you to... And I think we won't do it every week either. I think what will happen is you might see, like, you're playing Liverpool away and you see Frenkie, if we bring Frenkie in, you see Fred and you see a Bruno. And then when you look at that, you're like, Frankie's a progressor, Bruno's going to take Fred, and they're all going to play with a lot of energy. We've seen the way they play. But you've got that's a good midfield. For a big game, you could probably do well with that. And again, you've got Eriksen as an option there if you want to control games. Frenkie, Bruno, Eriksen, that's brilliant.
That's the thing though. The age-old question of our transfer window right now is it's all being dependent on whether we actually bring Frenkie de Jong in, because there's obviously a couple of names that have been rumoured, Milinkovic-Savic being a recent one, because we obviously know who he is. We've been linked to it every year on year on year. But he's not. He's more of an attacking 8, innit? So there's no doubt we need the 6, but are we really putting every egg into one basket going towards the start of the season when he's not going to come in? But then they must think they can get him at some point because he's worked with him before.
Have we done anything this morning?
When he said no,
Paddock have done anything on the news because there's been something on. I forgot what's his name, but I was reading up this morning how apparently they've offered him 7 million of his owed money, and he is looking to exit. So I think there's a lot that we don't know about this Frenkie deal. There's a lot of like, he doesn't want to join sort of thing. Like I was speaking to an agent like in the middle of the week, and like someone had approached him for a move for someone that he deals with, and then he was saying how like when that happens, it's like he has to sign something off to say the club can go ahead and try and make that deal happen, because that's what clubs do. They'll approach the agent, they'll do this, and then they'll be like, okay, we can approach this player now. So I think United have already gone through the process of, does he want to join? Does he want to join? I'm pretty certain of that. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. For United, I get why he wants Frenkie. Like, I've watched a lot of Frenkie's since he was at Ajax. He's been one of my favourite players to watch, to be honest. Like, I absolutely adore the way Frenkie plays football. Like, I watched him just recently for the Netherlands. I think it was a game against Wales, and just the way like when he receives, like that turn that Iqbal did against Fabinho, was it? That is typical Frenkie, and he's doing that all game. So imagine you've got that as your release of pressure. Like he can turn and then he can thread the ball, he can carry the ball. He's a very, very special player. And you know what? I rate the fact that Ten Hag's saying, you know what? I don't want to go on the market, just as we've done in the past when we couldn't get Grealish. Then we went and got Donny, which is not the same profile at all. We've done it with a lot of players. Yeah. He's gone, this is my guy. Like he's a very special player. Not many players can fit into the team the way he does. So you either bring him or we'll wait, or we'll bring a backup midfielder this summer if he doesn't join. But we still got to continue chasing him. It's the time to back the manager properly. And I think I get why we're going all out for Frenkie. So I hope it happens because it changes the dynamic of the whole team.
That's the thing. Could Lisandro play there? Because he has played there in the past. He can play as a sixth, can't he? And that might be the sort of backup that he's thinking of. He can probably go, well, I can deal with Raphael Varane and Maguire. If I can make them improved, I can make them better right now. Lisandro could do a job for 6 months. But are we already at the point where we're fed up of players just doing a job because it'll be another season where we haven't got a natural six who's forcing someone else to play out of position to do a job when everyone else around us have got natural players in that position who dominate? If it's Basuma for 25 mil, we missed a trick there. Absolutely, in my opinion, you missed a trick in not getting Ibis Basuma. Liverpool have obviously they're blessed in that position, even though they're aging in there. Man City have got 2 first teamers now. So everyone else seems to already have that security there. The fact that we're still having to push. And yeah, I like the fact that he's identified him. He obviously wants him. He doesn't want anyone else because he likes how he connects defence to attack. But it's worrying because they're still pressing for a guy you're not even sure about because of all the problems with Barcelona.
It's also not a bit of a worry that it's all just like this one player is going to save Manchester United? Does that not worry anyone? Like, surely the rest of the team need to be pretty close to winning trophies for one player to make the difference, especially midfielder.
No, but I think sometimes you see that happen in football a lot. Like, there was one, I always use this example, but like when I was watching Real Madrid, the time Zidane was taking over, they had like Casemiro in the squad, and I never understood why they didn't use him because they were getting rinsed the whole season up until that moment. I think Benitez or whoever was before, like, it got sacked, and they were using Cruz, Rodriguez, and like Modric is very lightweight.
And Isco was in there as well.
And Isco as well was in the mix. Like, once they bought Casemiro in there, it changed the whole dynamic of the season. Like, I think they played Barcelona away like 2 weeks after that. He put Casemiro there, shut Messi down. Then we've seen what happens after that. 3-4 years of dominance. Like, I'm not saying it's down to Casemiro, but he was a big piece of that puzzle. Like, we've seen the difference. Same thing with Rodri, like at City. Like, once he's finally settled down, bro, like, look what the season he had last season. Brilliant. Declan Rice for West Ham. West Ham were in like a nothing team. He was playing
fighting for relegation every year.
And once he was moulded into that DM, that is the biggest, for me, I honestly see it as one of the biggest, if not the biggest, roles on the pitch right now in the current era, because you're connecting again. You said it, the defense to the midfield to the attack. You need someone who can carry, someone who's safe on the ball when he has to, someone who's having over 90% pass accuracy, someone who can play between the lines. That's what it's about right now. I think we've seen that start with Busquets, Carrick in the past. Carrick would have been brilliant for this team, to be honest.
He'd been absolutely perfect because he saw things 3 or 4 passes before they were even made.
That's what you need.
He had vision on vision, and it was so. He's probably the most underrated English player of all time.
He's unbelievable, and I think you mentioned a point about Martinez, and that is something I think about because I've seen some parts of Martinez's game in midfield. Now, in my opinion, Martinez is like, he's a decent holding midfielder, but I think he gives you way more at the back. Like, if you watch any of his footage, just steps in aggressively, wins it, gets it down, tries to find a ball and behind a defence, and he does it frequently.
His passing range is brilliant, isn't it? From the stuff I've seen, it's like the way, just even his centre of gravity and the way he moves his body, he looks like a midfielder. He doesn't look like a centre. Like most centre backs, you go, oh, they're pretty good on the ball, but there's always that kind of like 6'4" clunkiness going on with most of. And not just Harry Maguire, even good ball playing centre backs, even someone like Diaz, he looks like a very good centre back on the ball. Martinez doesn't even look like, he looks like a midfielder or a winger or a full. You know, I know it's probably because of his size and his height, but his touch and his vision and how quickly he gets the ball out of his feet and how quickly he plays passes is really quite noticeably different.
That's probably the most impressive part of him, because we've got a centre half now who is comfortable playing in an extremely high line and who is comfortable coming out and being out of position, knowing that he is going to get the ball or he's going to take the man. It's either or. It's not like I'm going to dilly-dally and potentially miss it and then someone's going to go in behind, much to how we've seen last season, unfortunately, with Harry Maguire at times. But if them two play together, you have an outlet from centre-back, because Harry Maguire's long passing is very underrated in the centre-half position. He has good vision from the back to hit a long ball.
Seen it in the last pre-season.
The last pre-season couple of games, he's been fantastic in sort of picking the pockets to Luke Shaw or Malacia on the left. Likewise, if he's going down to left wing. If you've got two centre-halves who are comfortable to do that, you have two extra attacking outlets starting from in front of your goalkeeper, which it looks like we could potentially have now. But again, would a partnership of little and large, if you will, even work with Harry Maguire on the right? Is he more comfortable on the right, even though you've now got a left-footed centre-half? Because for some reason, everyone has this idea that two left-footed centre-halves wouldn't work. Yeah. Don't they? It's always two right-footers are fine.
Two right-footers are okay, yeah. Oh, but also, Maguire's been playing on the left-hand side for pretty much his whole time at United. And if that could be enough to, take 5% out of his game if he prefers playing on the right. It'd be nice to see him on the right, Martinez on the left, I think.
And that's exactly where you can get them sort of like forward outlets, because if they're going long to the full-backs, especially we know how high Erik Ten Hag likes to play his full-backs because they are heavily involved in attacking areas. Yeah. He can pick that pass, like I said before, it's an extra attacking outlet from the back, which... How long has it been since we had that?
It's been a long time, but the problem is our midfield can't pass.
And that's why they're doing
McTominay
it.
And Fred don't have a good passing range, either of them. And I think hopefully they both can improve.
This is where
neither of them can pick they're not pick a pass kind of players, are they?
But this is where the whole why we're so persistent on Frenkie. Because when we say you change the dynamic, it changes everything. Because if you got two centre backs who... And you said how Maguire will find the left back, but I think a lot of the time what we've seen in the last couple of games, you'll actually find Rashford. That's you breaking a couple of lines. You're basically putting Rashford in a 1v1 situation with a fullback, which is always a good area for Rashford to be in. We also seen when Maguire, there was a moment where he stepped in. I don't know if you guys remember this in midfield, last game, won it and then dribbled Palace a lot as well. And I'm not gonna lie, if anyone other than Maguire did that, I'm not here saying the guy's he's got to start or whatever. I think that position is still up for grabs because you've got Varane's injury problems. There's a lot of situations there. But I think if any other defender done that exact moment where he stepped into midfield, shifted it, passed it out to Rashford, put him in a great position, then Rashford had that shot at goal. Yeah. If anyone else did that, I'd be like, oh, that's a sick moment. That's what. Yeah. For me, if you continue to do that, that's brilliant. But this is where the Frenkie thing comes into, because if you've got two centre-backs, you can Martinez, I can see more of finding that ball, getting knocked in behind the defence. As Lindelof has shown, but not consistently enough. If the likes of Rashford, Martial or Ronaldo or Sancho and whatnot can get used to a frequency of passing in behind, they can expect it and they can be on the go. We see that with Van Dijk and Salah and Mane, don't we? Van Dijk will pick it up, Salah and Mane will just go.
Yeah, and also I think for some reason as fans, and I think it's a sort of a built-in pessimism due to the last sort of 7 or 8 years as being a United fan, but it's almost like we forget players can improve, and we forget that confidence plays such a huge role in what players do. And even look at someone like Bruno in pre-season, or let's look at Sancho for an example. If no one was going based on last season, Sancho's crap, even though numbers-wise he had a crap season, because we all think he's young, he can improve, he's had good seasons before this, everyone was giving him the benefit of the doubt, and yet he had an awful season last year. Numbers, what was it, 3 goals, 3 assists in the Premier League? Sancho, that isn't good enough. But we all think he'll come good. We know he's good. He's a great player. And we're all positive. And yet, when it's a player that people don't like, the assumption is they can never be good enough again. They can never come back. They can never improve. But we've already seen under Ten Hag, we're creating more chances. The types of chances we're creating are noticeably different to ones we've created in recent seasons. Much more like City, and you clipping the balls to the sort of corner of the 6-yard box and the ball's being pulled back to the penalty spot. We've done that countless times in these 4 or 5 games already, when we never did that under Jose, Louis, Moyes, Solskjaer. We're already implementing radically different ways of creating chances, and it's we forget that players can improve and players can be suited to different systems and even learn different systems. I think someone like Maguire and Rashford and maybe Luke Shaw, I'm not sure, he doesn't seem to be getting the minutes at the minute. Well, these players can definitely come back from where they were last season, and we all assume Sancho can, so I don't know why they couldn't. I think there's still plenty of good qualities in those players, and hopefully they can improve alongside, all the other players. I think that isn't too much to ask for. People can get better. People can suit a different system better. So hopefully, that can actually happen. But I feel like people just rule it out. People just assume you can never get better again if you're in a bad year, but that happens all the time.
It happens to players who they want to talk about that. It's like, as you mentioned, they only seem to pick and choose who they think won't get better because they've had a bad season, they've got an agenda against them, or they just simply don't like the player. And I think that's happened to Harry Maguire a lot. But the fact that he's been given the captaincy again for this season shows he's pretty much guaranteed a starter, I would think anyway, because if Ten Hag
Certainly
showed confidence in him, of course, because he has to give him that chance in a new system, because the formation might be similar going into the start of the season, but it is a new system because we're playing a lot more long balls. There's a lot more balls that are taking, as Abdul said before, it's breaking 2-3 lines already from the back, something that he's very good at. So I think from the start, you might see a different Harry Maguire. Hopefully. Just maybe.
And hopefully people want that as well. Like, I would like to see David De Gea claim more crosses and be better with his feet. I'm hopeful he can learn that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying he can never possibly learn it. We've got to go based on what we see. I think Rashford, we've seen him improve. Sancho, we've definitely seen him improve. I think Bruno's been massively underrated on this tour. I think he's been brilliant so far, like how he just orchestrates the game from sort of 25 yards out, getting the ball on the edge of the box, clipping it in behind defences, and those intricate little passes that are so hard to do. He's been brilliant at them, I think, this pre-season. But the players are improving. I think, hopefully, watching it as United fans, you want all of our players to play to the best of their ability rather than be like, nah, they're not good enough, I hope they're shit, so they can leave. That doesn't make any sense to me. Mark Losper says, Abdul's the best on this channel. It's not close. There you go, Abdul. Nice one.
Mate. Appreciate it.
That's from Mark.
Legend.
That's actually... I saw you writing something on your phone before. Is that your alter ego
on
YouTube?
I scheduled that. There you go.
You spent $2 to write that about yourself. McFred again says, Arjun. Are we going to... If we don't sign Frenkie de Jong... Well, I want to talk about Ronaldo in a minute, actually, but we'll talk about this first. If we don't sign Frenkie de Jong, do you think it's Fred and McTominay next season?
No, I think it's Fred.
No.
I don't think it's both.
Fred Eriksen.
Do you think?
Bruno,
Fred
yeah. I don't think he can start both, especially the way that we can see Ten Hag's trying to play. I'd be surprised. Maybe in some of the games where you need more heavyweight in the midfield, you need more aggressiveness, because the issue is with McTominay, which we all identify. Whenever I've gone to a game with like Adam at Old Trafford, he always says it. But with McTominay, like the guy just never shows for the ball.
No.
He doesn't want the ball. And listen, I don't sit here as someone who hates McTominay. He's actually like, because of the performances I've seen in some of his big games, he's one of my favourite players in the team in terms of what he'll give for the shirt and what he'll do. And I know people don't like hearing this stuff a lot of the time, but I like that in a player. And I think sometimes it makes a squad work together when you see other players set the standards of, I need to win the ball, I need to do this. But then when you get on the ball, you've got to play at that higher level. You've got to want the ball. You've got to drop into space. What Fred did very well for that Palace goal is he was ghosting behind the midfielder, wasn't he? And then Lindelof eventually did very well. Lindelof finds him that short pass. Fred then finds the pass to the left. Then United are in behind. And it's a nice, quick goal. And that starts with Fred wanting the ball. And then if it comes down to one of them two, it's going to be Fred, because Fred wants to get on the ball, even though the ability is not there of him. And going back to the point, I never finished it earlier, my bad, but like the point of breaking the lines, and John sort of touched on it, but like if the way I'm looking at it like this, if you got Maguire who can hit the touchline and hit the wingers, especially across that side, like onto the left, onto Rashford, then you got Martinez who can clip the ball over the top into the space. And this is where it's big. Like if you bring in a Frenkie, then when Frenkie's getting a ball, he can progress it through beating the pressure and taking on players, because we know he can carry the ball very well and cleanly, and then playing between the lines, passes, making a difference in the final third. So it's just different ways of unlocking defences, and I think this is the issue with this current Man United team. Like, if the midfielders don't want the ball, or if when they get on the ball, in Fred's case, they're not going to be too clean on the ball where they can just turn and they really have the ability to carry it out of pressure and whatnot, everything can sort of break down. And that's why the one specialist area in the pitch that we've been speaking about on the show is very important. And the worry we have, I didn't touch on this, but the worry that I have with Martinez playing in midfield is, not his ability to play in midfield. I've seen him have some games. I think it was more his earlier time in Ajax.
Yeah.
This season, whenever I've jumped in to watch Ajax, maybe I've missed it, but he's not really played in midfield. He's mainly played in defence.
Almost all at centre back this year.
Yeah, and I think basically, like, I went on like the Ajax channel. I have like all these 10-minute highlights of the season, and every time I've gone through, I'm like, we weren't even linked to it at this stage. I'm like, I really want this guy, but and I've seen people talking about him as a midfielder. I'm like, not really a midfielder. I think you don't want to build like a system or like a style where like the forwards are expecting the ball in a certain way, or you're progressing the ball in a certain way. You want your centre backs to build in a certain way. You want Martinez, Maguire, like I said, to do that. So if you play Martinez in midfield, it changes the dynamic of what you want to build as a coach. That's why Erik ten Hag's probably absolutely mad about getting Frenkie, because you don't want to change the whole dynamic of the team and the idea you have as a manager based on this signing not happening, because you've not got the ability to play someone there. So that's the way I see it. I think that's just my point overall with the whole Frenkie Martinez thing. Like, Martinez just as a backup for certain games, or like, we know that he's got a pass on him. We've seen what he's done at Ajax. Yeah. We've seen that, like you said, for a centre-back, he's just got that agility or thing where he can just shift and quickly turn and stuff. But I think Frankie's more like, he can actually run straight through the middle and like carry. We've seen the way he carries. It's
bring the ball out
brilliant.
From his box to the opposition box. Like, he can actually run with the ball, can't he? Let me just read the Atletico Madrid lineup then. So we've got Oblak, we've got Jimenez, Savic, Molina, Reinildo, we've got Kondogbia, Lamar, Llorente, Carrasco, Cunha, and Correa as well. Similar to the team, I mean, no João Felix in there, but pretty strong team. That's close to being their first team, They haven't put subs on their own tweet, which is very weird. But that's a strong Atletico Madrid team, isn't it? Very much a first team of theirs. Any of those players you're looking forward to seeing, Abdul?
I really like Cunha, to be honest. Yeah. From what I'd seen from him in the Bundesliga in the past. So he'd be interesting to watch. But it's just your typical Atletico Madrid setup, and as you can argue, like your Simeone, like 4-4-2, sort of like aggressive front line. We know they're going to be compact. Very, very, very good challenge for Man United. I thought, it sounds a bit mad, but I don't know if you'll agree. We are at the ground for the Melbourne game. Yeah. I thought Melbourne defended very, very well, and I thought they looked like a professional, like they looked like a top side. I think actually when you look at their record, they're pretty much the Man City of like Australia or whatever. Like, they're just dominating there, and obviously the levels are completely different. But what I liked in that game is they were making it hard for us. They were compact. They made it horrible. So I was taking a lot more from that game, more than like the Liverpool game or not. And I think we did quite well with when Sancho, Delo were finding each other, getting behind the fences. That's the challenge that I want to see Atletico give us today. I want them to make it horrible. I want them to make it into that type of challenge where we're breaking teams down in different ways. So yeah, that's what I'd love. I'd love Atletico to challenge us properly in that sense, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. Are you excited for this game in particular? Atletico Madrid, do you care about the Champions League stuff? Obviously, this wouldn't, correct any of that. But do you think that'll give the game an extra sort of intensity?
I'd like to think so. I mean, if you can't be up for Atletico Madrid in any type of game, whether it's a friendly or an actual game that means something, there's really something wrong in there. They are going to make it difficult, as you mentioned. They're a pretty dirty team in terms of how they operate, how they defend. Not just necessarily giving a lot of fouls away, which they do anyway. It's just a Simeone stat, should we say? It's his philosophy.
Pogba and Bruno just got battered every time they touched the ball away last year, didn't they?
And it's literally alluding to what you said, Abdul. We want to see him in those tough scenarios to see in this sort of new system what they've learnt so far in 4 games of pre-season, that how will they deal with situations where it's difficult for them when they're getting battered, they're getting pushed around, and they're getting put in positions where they have to be scrappy to win the ball back, not necessarily just with elegance and like overlapping runs to do easy 1-2s to get into dangerous positions. Because Atletico are probably one of the best, if not the best, defensive team in terms of isolating teams. They're difficult to play against in terms of the fact that they don't allow people to operate in tight spaces, because they'll double up and then they'll foul you, or they'll just make it difficult and they'll get in your heads. So our team's quite strong today. I want to see how Sancho goes 1v1 with dirty fullbacks. Not Sancho, Ilanga and Rashford go 1v1 against dirty fullbacks, against like in your face. They're not afraid to go 1v1 because they think, I'm going to do you here. You need to see them operating in different pockets to realise that they know where they're going to go in case it gets difficult. As in, right now, they'll know it's going to be dirty. It's going to be difficult to get into those spaces that they usually want to operate in. They're going to have to find different ways to do that. And that's why I'm most interested to see how the wingers play, because they know it's not going to be easy in terms of going against dirty fullbacks, because that's what they are.
It's difficult as well. It's good that we're playing against such different styles of teams as well. I quite like that. Like Atletico Madrid are different to pretty much everyone in Europe in terms of their style of play and their quality. There aren't any other teams, I don't think, that play that kind of disruptive defensive football, but also have world-class players doing it. So I think it's good that we're going to see that. Liverpool is very different. Palace, they play a good style of football these days. Atletico is completely different as well. It's good that we're sort of testing against different types of teams. Laurie Whitwell was just tweeting before saying that Luke Shaw misses the Oslo trip through illness, and Sancho travelled but woke up poorly apparently. So hopefully it's
I'm glad serious. It's not like any actual proper injuries, because especially with that front three, it's a good thing you mentioned that from the start, because that is one of our biggest concerns. What happens if a Sancho Rashford gets injured, and what do you do for the rest of the season? I think even in the Europa League, because you want to go far in the Europa League, but you also want to do well in the league and go for top 4 and whatnot and try and challenge. But it gives you the ability to be in the Europa League if you have decent backups to go, you know what, Sancho Rashford, sit this one out. These guys are good enough to take us to the knockout stages. Then you guys can come in at a latter stage. But I think even the second quality, the second choices we've got in those positions, haven't even got it like that for the Europa League level, in my opinion, anyways. So that is an area that you worry, man. Because even with Sancho being out, bro, that would be a problem. So I'm glad it's just an illness thing, to be honest.
Yeah, that's all right. It should be back by maybe even tomorrow.
He just woke up a little bit ill. Sancho,
just got the poos.
Yeah, got sore tummy or something. He'll be back tomorrow or next week or whatever. Don't think about it too much.
I'm sure. We've got over 2,000 people watching. Can we get to 1,000 likes? Hit the like button if you're watching the video. It helps us out and also helps. It just helps everything, doesn't it? Get likes on the video. People love it. See if we get to 1,000 likes. That'd be massively helpful.
Do it now.
What would you be made of all this Ronaldo stuff? Not just him not turning up, but they're not he's going on Instagram. He's telling everyone they're an idiot, they're a liar. The king returns tomorrow.
The king returns, right? I'm sorry.
The king returns tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
Who are you, fucking Joffrey Baratheon or whatever his name is? The king returns.
What a horrible character he was as well.
For 2 months.
He was a dickhead.
What, is he getting poisoned tomorrow?
Yeah, hopefully.
Isn't that how he died?
Yeah, he was a chalice.
Sorry if that's a spoiler.
It is, but it's from a show that didn't.
It was season 4 or something as well. How do you not know now? Come on.
But what's he on about? Why is he all of a sudden popping off on Instagram? Why don't you release a statement saying, "I want to stay at Manchester United," instead of going, "If you keep reporting the news, hopefully one day you'll get it right," or whatever it was that he said.
It's childish, isn't it? You have to think he's 37.
I know.
He's got 5 children.
So he's always
how are you operating like that on social media? I know he's always like this. I know he's got this massive ego, but he knows better than to be just flaunting on Instagram. Look, I'm still training. I'm making comments saying it's fake news. Hopefully one day you get it right. Where's the maturity? This is supposed to be the guy that youngsters look up to in the United team, especially last season. And look how it went. Now, in pre-season, if he doesn't get a move, which, to be honest, I still have absolutely no idea whether he's going to go or not, because what team are going to go in for him? And what team is he going to be happy going to when he wants these ambitions to go far in the Champions League to elongate them records he got? Because if he goes to a Napoli or a Roma or someone like that, well, Roma aren't even in the Champions League, I don't think, are they?
No,
because they're in Europa because they won the conference. But
plus, honestly, I wouldn't start him ahead of time.
He wouldn't go further than a round of 16. You know what I mean? So he might elongate his record by 2 goals. Yes, he won't do it this year if he stays at Manchester United, but he's throwing his toys out the pram.
If we're talking about where he's going to get goals, and it's easy me saying this as a United fan watching pre-season and whatnot, but if we've seen what Eric Ten Hag's done, your 9 is getting service all day, every day. Your wide forwards are getting service. The way that we've been playing in pre-season. So where are you going to go where you're just going to be bagging a load of goals? And we know, we've seen that of him. Don't get me wrong, with the whole Ronaldo situation, last season the guy got 18 Premier League goals. You got to rate that. And the second half of the season, we've seen him get used to that. I know even at this stage of his career, it's weird saying that Ronaldo's getting adjusted or whatever, but to being a pure 9. And I thought we've seen some good performances. I thought the Arsenal away game was probably his best performance of the season. Hold up, quick turns, shots at goal. He was everything you wanted. And that was off a rest. He had a week's rest. So if you're playing Ronaldo once a week, like Zidane did when he took over for a period before when they won in the Champions League, and then they had a time where they were using Morata, then later on down the line they'd use Asensio and some of the wide forwards in the centre and stuff like that. But if you can give him the right rest, he's going to back loads. So I don't get it with Ronaldo. Is it like a lifestyle thing? Does his family want to move? Like, because some of these moves don't make sense. Like, how is it better for your career? Because you're going to get service here.
Where's he going to go, though? That's the thing.
Where's better than the Premier League to, like, prove a point that I am the best or, like,
I mean, and if you needed to improve or if you needed some sort of coaching, apparently Manchester United have just signed Benny McCarthy as the first team striker coach. That's right. Former Blackburn
striker.
West Ham, Porto, Celta Vigo and Ajax star Benny McCarthy.
Really?
So, apparently.
Nice.
There's Robert Marawa, who he's verified on Twitter. He's got 1.3 million followers. Has said, breaking news: Benny McCarthy signs for United as first team striker coach. That's not been confirmed by United, but there's a picture of him at Carrington.
No way.
I mean, he's put a bit of timber on, hasn't he? Bless him. But you know what?
They're allowed to.
What a career. Yeah, of course. Interesting. Somewhat surprising. Hadn't heard any rumours of that happening, did you?
Nothing.
Benny McCarthy?
Nothing.
No. Good striker
It's a bit of a shock, that, to be honest.
It is a bit of a shock. Someone who got,
Has he got a relationship
37
with
goals in 109 league games for Blackburn.
Has he got a relationship with Ten Hag?
Not that much. Teams
Somehow.
managed Cape Town City, Amazulu. No.
I really want to see Eriksen, by the way.
I don't know if that hasn't been confirmed, by the way. That's just, I've given the source on that, but that hasn't been confirmed by the club or any reliable journalist as of yet. Sorry, go on.
I'm watching, I was just watching Bruno, like, taking shots at goal and set pieces and stuff. One thing that was dropping into my mind is Eriksen on set pieces. That is big. That is massive.
Every corner, every free kick within 25, 30 yards.
I don't know how legit that is, but he scored a free kick apparently in that.
Wrexham. Yeah. He did bag, didn't he?
Apparently.
I only saw the release of like the first half goals because I know Eriksen scored. I don't know who else bagged in that game.
Wait, is there footage of it? Or?
No, it was just I can't remember what Twitter account was tweeting it out, but they was.
Paddock tweeted, didn't they? About.
I think they did.
Am I lying here? Sorry.
About what? Sorry.
About the goals against Wrexham.
Yeah, well, they were the reports, weren't they?
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. Eriksen scored a free kick into the bottom corner, apparently. People saying McCarthy could be a good coach just because he's not a great ex-player. Yeah, of course. Yeah, hopefully he is. Yeah. Like, just because you're a good player doesn't mean you're a good coach, and vice versa. Yeah, if Jose Mourinho wasn't a great footballer, was he? But he's certainly a great coach. Yeah, hopefully he's good. I don't even know if he has actually signed for United, but it looks like he might have. First team striker coach. Is that even a thing? I haven't even heard that before.
Yeah, it is. Like,
striker coaches, I didn't know that they existed.
No, I didn't. I know there's like people who do the attacking drills and stuff, and you have like goals.
And there's first team coaches, isn't there?
Yeah,
but the striker coach.
Striker coach. Nice. I hope he's good. Anyway, so do you want Ronaldo to leave? Do you think he should go? You want him to stay?
No, I want him to stay. I just think if there were options in the market that we could just go like that, then fair enough, like leave. But I just think with his ability and what he can do in the area, if he bagged 18 in the situation we were in last season, then if he can play, like I said, once a week, gets the right rest, we know he's going to get the service, then he's going to eat. He's going to score a lot in this team, man, honestly. And that's it. Like, I think if there was an option there, and with Ronaldo, though, we've seen him in the past where he's a bit unsettled at a club. It's happened at United before, to be honest with you. But then he goes and has one of his best ever seasons. At Juve, he was unsettled from the season before he left. Went and had an unbelievable season again. So, yeah, I think with Ronaldo, you know, when it gets started, he just wants to win. He just wants to do his thing. So once this like little phase is over through the summer, my issue is it's not about him. It's just I want a number 9 in this team. So we've been linked to, what's his name? Is it Sesko? Is it
Sesko? Yeah.
I really like the look of that guy. Like, just that game against Liverpool. Obviously, I've not watched anything previous to that, but that's a proper like modern number 9. Like, bring it like, old school, to be honest. But like, we're starting to get into that Haaland, Nunes era where it's a big 9, but he's actually bringing the ball down very well. He's got decent feet for a big guy. If you keep Ronaldo, it would be nice to sign him, send him back on loan. If you can't keep Ronaldo, it'd be nice to bring him in. So it's a different option in it there. So yeah, there's nothing really out there in it.
I mean, you go out to try and sign another forward. The links you were talking about the other day in the news, Ben Yedder, was he 31 now? Victor Osimhen, who's rejected us twice,
and
right?
And they would somehow want 100 million for him, even though I know he's been good, but he's
not 100 mil.
He's
not 70. He's not 70.
Well, they signed him for 70. So like you're gonna have to make more than you're gonna have to spend more than that on him.
He is, by the way, he's absolutely quality. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a massive fan of Victor Osimhen. I think he's quality. But wow, yeah, it's quite a bit. But
then you've got Jonathan David as well.
It's always 100 mil for that big players. Higuain, Koulibaly.
Then you've got Sesko, who we spoke about before. Are any of them really going to go straight in and replicate 18 Prem goals, which we need? Because think about without the goals last year, where do we finish? 10th?
Yeah.
Minus goal difference.
Yeah, but then again,
embarrassing.
You look at that though, and the season before Ronaldo came in, I don't think anyone got 18 Premier League goals, or maybe Martial. No, the season before they didn't, and yet we scored more goals overall.
And we finished second.
So you don't always need one player scoring 18 when everyone else is scoring 6. If you have 3 players that score 15, that's better. Like, obviously I respect Ronaldo's goals, and I'm not of the opinion that if he didn't score, everyone else would have stepped up. I don't think that's the case, but we scored more goals the year before him without him than we did the season with him. So you can't, you don't always necessarily need one person to repeat his numbers. You need the team to get more. But I don't know. I still think we should keep him.
Would you be happy with a front three to start the season actually, of Rashford, Martial, Sancho going into the season?
It depends what the backups are, but I think those 3 could score.
Just forget the backups.
Let's say they never get injured.
Okay, you play 38 games in
I'd
them
be
3.
happy with that.
Really?
I think. I don't. It's hard for me to separate how good it was the season before and how bad it was last season, and not give any of the credit or blame for that drop off to Ronaldo coming in. I don't know how much of it is. It might be 1%. It might be 90%. The players might have been sick of Ole anyway. I don't know. But it's hard for me to separate what had been, what do we finish? 5th, 3rd, 2nd, and then it all fell apart. When the one major thing that happened is you bring in the biggest footballer ever, the biggest ego ever, the biggest, you see it on the pitch throwing his arms around. You saw him arguing with the manager. It's not like it's all fabricated that he had some, he was like it with Fergie. He used to throw his arms around with Sir Alex Ferguson, who, certainly wasn't going to shy away from an argument, but he's always been like that. So we can't sit here and say that 0% of what happened last season is down to Ronaldo. I don't know how much was, but it seems like surely some of it was him coming in, throwing his arms around, throwing his weight around, all things we've seen him do on the pitch, let alone behind the scenes. So I don't know. I think that a team full of players who want to be there, who want to work hard, and not that Martial usually is particularly hardworking, but he seems to have found a gear so far. I think he's better than a team with Ronaldo in, where he is upsetting people and not following the instructions to a T because he physically can't do it. I just, no other team in the world has got Ronaldo, and they're doing all right. Do you know what I mean? Ronaldo at City and Liverpool and Barca and Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, they ain't got Ronaldo, and they're not struggling to win football matches. So I don't think you have to have Cristiano Ronaldo in your team. It's just, will we replace him? I don't know. That's my question. Do you think? Do you know what I mean about that?
Yeah.
Does that worry you at all? Him being there, either being second choice, which I can't even imagine, or being 4 weeks behind on fitness.
I think it does worry me, but then he's a different specimen, innit? We know the work that he puts in. He's probably been grafting away anyways in this period, let's be honest, and probably hungry to get back on a pitch. For me, I've seen him not really be rotated. I've seen him be the main guy, but then take a couple of games out and it really, really working under Zidane. So why at this stage of his career he doesn't think, you know what, that probably helps me anyways if I play 10 less games a season. And I think, bro, honestly, if I'm just being completely honest, the Ronaldo situation is a bit of a piss take, like the way it's dragged on in the summer, the way he's gone about things. But if we're talking football, straight, like what we expect, I think he's going to bag loads under Ten Hag. I think he's going to do a great job under Ten Hag. And you're always going to get a hungry player from like with Ronaldo. Like whether I know he throws his arms up sometimes and and it shows a bit of an attitude, but he's a winner and he wants to get goals. So if you're a team that's keeping the ball, if you're a team that has Eriksen, has Sancho, like those type of creators, you have Delo's coming into his own as a bit. We've seen some of the passes and the crosses he's finding. If he gets coached by Ten Hag into that, you've got Malacia, Shaw. There's options there to create for him. With a team that keeps a lot of the ball, I mean, that could be a different dynamic for him if he could just be a pure box 9. Then you got Martial in games where you need a link up, and if he accepts that, some games I can't play.
See,
then it works well for
I've got a problem with that though, with him just being a box 9. Yeah, he'll bag a load of goals, but the whole point of this pre-season, we've seen probably the most positive thing was the fluidity in the attack, the fact that they can all rotate, go to different positions, and still look pretty comfortable.
But I think Haller was like that though, and I think you don't need to come out and receive the ball every time. I think the reason why we see Martial come short, and you'll need that in some games, don't get me wrong, is because I think we'll miss something in that midfield area. Like Bruno's a high risk, high reward type guy. He gets the ball, just pings it, and sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. I think he's been told to tone it down from what we've seen in pre-season, and he's having more of that like mature style where he's trying to find a better pass wide rather than going through the middle every time. But there's still that hole in the middle, and I feel if you can fill that with Eriksen, then you don't really need to get on the ball. We've seen what Haller did. I watched the game last season. The only game that I think I properly sat and watched was actually the Dortmund game where they battered Dortmund.
Yeah,
one of the best games I've seen from any team in Europe last season. They battered them, and it was explosive. It was just shots from the fullbacks, the fullbacks going into the area, the wingers just going crazy. Like Blind scored a banger from outside. But one thing that stood out for me was how Haller was just getting service all game. He was in the box, getting service all game. And Ronaldo, come on, man.
I think he'll score goals. Don't get me wrong, I think he'll score goals. I think, and this is I'm not blaming Ronaldo for this. This is a weakness of Martial. Martial isn't good when he's not. It's all about you, mate. Do you remember, he came in, first season, what was it, 15 goals as an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, looking brilliant. Then we got, who was it that came in the first time round that kind of pushed him out a little bit? Was it Zlatan, thank you very much. Yeah. Zlatan comes in. Now he's
takes
behind
his number,
Rashford on the
he's
left,
behind
takes all that stuff, takes his number, all that. He has a bad season. Next season, he comes back in. Right, you're the number 9 now. You look brilliant. Brilliant. Right, let's get Cavani in as a backup. All of a sudden, Martial's terrible again. And that's led to where we are now. Martial looks great in pre-season. You're the main man. I think if Martial's playing me, you with Ronaldo, I think you get a 6 goal a season, Martial. I don't think you get a 12, 15 goal a season.
He seems to not relish. But then you have to, though.
Exactly, that's his fault. I'm not blaming
Ronaldo. And I like Martial, don't get me wrong. I said this on the channel, before we started pre-season. I sat here with Alex and Ronnie, and I said, I actually think Martial could do well under Ten Hag and whatnot. And no matter what I've said in the past, I think we know what his link-up is now as a 9. If there's things that he can get coached into him with, which we've seen in pre-season. I mean, the movement for the low, the cross from the low for that goal was brilliant. So he's doing things, and even the goal against Melbourne, to have the instinct to be in that area is not really Martial-esque of being the box 9 sort of thing, and he was doing it, but you sums it up perfectly. Whenever there's been a challenge or something like that, you just worry, the first game of the season, my mate kept using this reference, which was funny on the weekend, and just saying over the weekend, he just kept saying how you'll get a nudge off a Duffy or something, and they'll be I can't be arsed with this all season.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's such a talented player, and I really, really like the way he plays football. As a fan, you want to see that technique. I mean, the goal that we scored where he brings it down towards himself, then lays off Sancho, I think it was, or I'm pretty sure, he brings it down and then drags it, then lays off, that type of link-up play, that stuff. He's a special player. There is no doubt about that. But it's the mentality, and I think maybe he's got to grow out of the thing of, there is no other challenges here. There is. You've got a challenge for a place, and that's why there's a couple of players that are one of my favourites in this team. I'd love Marcus Rashford's probably my favourite in this side, and I'd love him to smash it next season. I've seen what he can do in the past, and I think people underrate what he can do. But I'd still like us to bring in, like I said at the start of the show, a Moussa Diaby if we can't get an Anthony, because I want to see him pushed and I want to see Sancho pushed. And the same goes to Martial. So if you want to do it and you want to keep your place in the team, then make sure you show it, innit? And make sure you're stepping up when the team needs you. So there's no excuses for anyone.
Yeah, and otherwise that's going to be a characteristic that if he can't show himself to be better than the other people in the squad and compete against rival players within the squad, that's going to be something that holds him back his whole career. There's no good teams in the world
make or break,
have one player in every position, and no matter what you're starting.
It's make or break.
Yeah, this season is make or break. It has to be because
even if he moves
2
from
bad
here
years in a row, you can't keep doing that.
Because even if he moves from United, it's going to be a mentality thing because the talent's there. So he's going to face the same issues wherever else he goes.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a few super chats. Anthony Girton says, I would love to see Garnacho, get minutes in the Europa League this season. I'm pretty sure we will, unless he goes on loan. I would assume that he's going to get some minutes this season. Although we've not seen much from him pre-season, have we? Mark Losper says, neither Ole or Ralph had the personality to deal with Cristiano. Ten Hag does. If he acts up, he'll be thrown into a wood chipper. Maybe he will, but we've seen managers with big reputations before struggle to, keep Ronaldo in check.
But I think the difference is Ten Hag's lucky because he's not really played in he hasn't played in pre-season. He's going to play tomorrow or whatnot. But I think it's like when Ronaldo comes into the season, you're just going to be sat talking to him like, this is the team, look what we've just done.
Yeah. And
I said this at the start as well, like when we were doing the previews, I said, you'd like Ronaldo to actually miss these games because you want to build a team and you want everyone to have that togetherness. So when we start the season, you can't go in and say, oh, I'm pissed because you're not passing me the ball. I'm pissed because, no, we did it in pre-season. We've been scoring
Where
goals.
were you?
The passes are like, so you can't, we're not going to have that thing where we had with Pogba or we've had with Ronaldo last season or whatever, where, and from what you hear behind the scenes, how like there's guys siding with him, there's like the Portuguese lot and there's the English lot and all that stuff. So, and that can't run, man. Like at this level, you need to be working as a team and as a unit. And hopefully he comes into that and goes, you know what, I need to make sure I'm involved in this in the right way. I can't just go in and be like, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
Like he's got to go about it the right way.
Surely he sees that as well. Because if he is forced to stay, surely he wants to be successful. And the best way to do that is to work with the other players, to work with the manager. He must know that he isn't, even at his best, just him by himself versus everyone else in the squad isn't going to work. But especially now, you're 37 years old. Cristiano Ronaldo, having fallen out with the rest of the squad, isn't going to be able to drag any team in the world to trophies anymore. He has to accept that he is a small part of a bigger team, surely, at this age in his experience. Fraser Kelly says, feeling really good about this season. I think Eriksen is such an underrated signing who's going to be great for us. I hope so. My only worry with Eriksen is those last couple of years at Tottenham. I know he was out of favour and there was this and that and different things, but he basically was pushed towards being a bench player, wasn't he? It's been 2 or 3 years since he's been first name on the team sheet for a Premier League team, and 6 months at Brentford is impressive. But we saw that from Jesse Lingard at West Ham.
I think with the Spurs, it was more like Jose had come, and we know.
I know Jose didn't
Jose
like it, but
with that type of player.
He was already drifting before Poch left. He was already being not starting every week, and 2 or 3 years before that, he was. I think him, Hazard, Sanchez were 3 of the best sort of creative players in the league. Eriksen right up there with those 2, but he'd already kind of drifted towards being, I don't know, more of a bench player. But I hope that he's good enough to come in and start. Can we try and get a bit of volume on the match, please? Yeah, the game's kicked off. United kicking from right to left, as we see. And David De
Gea with his typical
poor touch and gives the ball
within
ball out
for
18 seconds.
We'll talk about him in a minute because
that's got to stop, man. Like because that's giving. Remember, like when we played Leeds away last season, it about 10 times. Like you're just giving teams chances, man. People can't underestimate that.
I know.
And you said it at the start of the show. Like I'd love him to step up and
I hope he can
do it, but like because I think I get Ten Hag's perspective. He's a great shot stopper. So if you can just adjust the way the team's playing to make it a bit more comfortable for him to play out from the back, and the whole thing of him being like, he's received the ball here. See, people are gonna blame Maguire for that. But when Lindelof received that ball, he should have shifted to the right, way back. Like we see where keepers pick up the ball, right?
No.
Ten Hag's gonna be pissed.
He already looks pissed.
Yeah, because that is De Gea there. Like I don't want to see anyone in the comments saying anything other than that, because once Lindelof's got the ball there, you pick up that right hand side. Like we can see it right in front of us. So
and you give him the ball to a man who is marked. Harry Maguire was marked when he gave him the ball then.
And he's just, oh my god. It's such a big key part at the big level. Like when you got teams with proper pressing sequences and proper pressing structures, like it's not going to be easy to deal with, man.
No,
so
it's not.
I hope, man. I love De Gea for what he's done for us, but
see that right there was the example why. Sorry to break in there. That right there was the example why he's pushing for Frenkie de Jong so much. Lindelof calmly chested that goal kick down, and Fred's instant reaction was just kick it, go.
Yeah.
as a 6, you cannot be doing that.
Ajax making it uncomfortable from the get-go. Plays out pretty well.
He did well to get out of that, to be honest. And that's a cracking ball by Bruno down the left-hand side.
No way, Rashi, just take your man. You got time.
1-on-1.
Nice.
Done well.
Nice, Rash.
Good effort that.
Good.
Yeah, went past, little step over, past his man.
That was a good break from United.
It was, great pass
Very
down
nice
the line.
break.
Who was that? Malacia, or was it?
Bruno.
They beat an aggressive press there very well.
Yeah, they did.
Malacia looked like he was getting into trouble, but actually did very well. Bruno showing for him.
That's what we need to see as well.
I want to see that from Rashford, like more bringing out the skills when he has to.
Well,
but this is what you want to
if
see.
you can get past your man and be taking shots from basically the corner of the 6-yard box, if you get 3 or 4 of them, you're probably going to score one.
We've seen him score a lot of them. One of them was, do you remember Newcastle at home a couple of like seasons back?
Yeah.
Same thing, moved near post at Tottenham as well.
Liverpool.
Past Liverpool. So it's
especially against these as well.
If
you can hit a line breaking pass like Bruno did,
they
then
seem to be giving De Gea the ball a lot.
I was just
he looks a lot
I don't know
more
if this
confident.
is like an almost. That's a poor touch from Malacia. I don't know if it's almost like a let's overload De Gea, force him into these situations in pre-season, like. Because he's already, I would say he's had the ball as much as anyone, maybe the most of anyone.
Than
so
anyone
far.
on the pitch. But
so it's like
the last couple of, he's actually done well.
Yeah, he has. But it's almost
after
like
that very shaky start. But you know you'll get that with De Gea, don't you? You'll get a shaky start.
I just hope because of him being like, not just the wages thing, but him being here for years and being a senior player, you'd hope that you'd max him out as a player and get the best.
Oh shit, go then.
I think Delo cut
Have a go.
Oh, you can. Oh, but that was some pace though. From
he stayed ahead of him. That's
good.
what he always used to be like that.
Good
Like
break.
whenever he got in front of a defender, they don't tend to catch him up.
Delo there did
the timer, yeah?
This is something.
Are you looking into the timer?
Yeah.
Okay. We're trying to sort the timer.
That was quite explosive.
It was. He did really
well.
well.
I think he got a bit of a shove there, which put him off. But
United look good so far. Yeah, the timer will get sorted in just a second.
I think it was Delo that won that, but even if it isn't, there's a point I want to make. Like,
yeah, it was.
I've seen a lot of the time where people always 1v1 Delo Wan-Bissaka. Delo's a defensive problem.
Yeah,
I believe it's just a bunch of over analysis and waffle. Like, he is a problem sometimes when a winger's going to run at him. Like Danjuma, people use that as an example. He's been rinsing defenders left, right, and centre the whole season. And it was a game that he just got dropped into. But one thing Delo does defensively better than Wan-Bissaka, and I think people notice when I say this, is Delo seems to pick up better positions off the ball.
Yeah.
Like when United haven't got the ball, he aggressively steps up higher than Wan-Bissaka. I've seen in pre-season, I feel like Wan-Bissaka just seems lost.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know when to step in, doesn't know when to drop off.
His head's gone to me. When he's been playing in pre-season, it's like he's just all over the place.
Such a good ball winner that if he understood the positions that he has to be in to win the ball aggressively, he'd be insane. But he's not. It's like you said, his head looks like he's gone.
Don't forget though, before pre-season even started, you remember it got reported, didn't it? It went on all the big news outlets like Sky, Athletic, etc. That Ten Hag didn't fancy Wan-Bissaka. He didn't want him, and that was probably before we'd even had a conversation with him. Yeah. So that's not going to do him any good at all.
It's not.
Then obviously they'll have had conversations in training and whatever, but in the games we've seen it. He don't look confident. He looks like he almost needs the manager to be telling him consistently what he needs to be doing. Almost like when Jose Mourinho said Luke Shaw needed it. He looks like right now that's what he needs.
Yeah.
Because he just looks, as you mentioned, a little bit lost.
It's a nice pass.
As well. Fred out to Rashford. I like this. Fine, Fred.
Overlap.
Nice pass. Into Bruno, back to Fred. This is a very good passing.
Better. That's a lot better.
Great at that so far pre-season. Just picking up those, drifting into the little pockets of space on the edge of the 18-yard box.
He can be our version of Ajax's Tadic, where he doesn't necessarily have that stuck position. Attacking, he can go out and drift to the left-hand side. He can let Rashford go almost into a central 9 spot or just on the edge of the 18. He can go there, and when they're defending, he can almost drop in as another 8.
Go on then.
Go on.
But there's one point I want to make. Scott McTominay picked up the ball there, found a decent pass back out wide. But imagine you had Eriksen in that position.
Yeah.
Because with Eriksen in that area, it's like he can either do that, what McTominay did, but alternatively, he can go back onto his right, on the side of his right foot, and then just look for that cross that he loved doing to Dele Alli. Yeah, and he's good with both feet.
Yeah,
so imagine Eriksen in that area, and that's why I'm excited to see Eriksen, because changes everything, man.
Yeah.
It's a great ball.
Interesting that...
good ball from Malacia.
There.
Lindelof there.
Lindelof should have scored there.
Very good ball.
Not quite a free header.
He's
surprised he's taking
pieces there. Yeah.
corners.
That's actually a brilliant ball.
He should do better there. He needs to
hit
at least hit the target.
Just glances off Lindelof's head there. Malacia taking the corner there.
I've seen him take a couple of set pieces at Feyenoord. I think even free kicks actually. But very, very impressive in-swinger there. Yeah. Malacia does well. This is what I'm talking about with the fullbacks. Like, you need to be able to aggressively win it there. I think that's what Wan-Bissaka's not doing. Like, he is a good ball winner, but he doesn't understand the space. And we've seen, from what we've seen from Ten Hag at Ajax and in our pre-season, is you've got to understand space and movement. I think that's why Iqbal's done well. Because
definitely. Because his positioning and his
picks up the
dribbling
ball.
is
He
great.
just like ghosts around and then like bang, he shows up for a pass and then he does well under pressure as well.
Wan-Bissaka 1v1 is good because there's no doubt what the assignment is there. It's you've got the ball, I want to get it off you. But when there's men making runs off his back or when he has to try and track people into
ball from Malacia.
His positioning.
Tony,
that's
brilliant. Unreal. That brilliant touch around the defender.
Yeah,
then
was.
He just
Was that Malacia with the pass?
What a
Malacia,
pass.
Fred cutting it out
What
well
a
there.
Touch from
Malanga, man.
That was a great pass.
This is good. Fred there, I'm impressed by the way he just won that as well.
Yeah.
Picked up the space.
Again,
very
just
well,
sort of very calm and comfortable, wasn't it?
Last year though, that was a very impressive pass.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll see more of that. I am enjoying what I'm seeing from Malacia, and the idea of having him and Shaw, it's good, man.
Just
that's a couple
worth
seasons,
noting. I know this. I don't think it's the first time we've done this, but even now when it's Lindelof and Maguire is on the right hand side and Lindelof is on the left, and for the last 2 years it's always been the other way around, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting that.
Malacia now tries another pass.
And Bruno
Defender knocks it down. Oh, Bruno.
gives the ball
That's where
He
Bruno
read it really well there.
Bruno just has to do better there. Though.
Yeah.
Like, because that's areas where you want to try and keep the ball.
Referee.
Painful one there.
If I can make 2 changes with keeping the current setup, obviously Sancho's not available today, but I would love to see Eriksen for McTominay, Martinez for Lindelof, to be honest.
Look at that for the ball. Over the centre half.
Martial does that very well. It just goes away from
close to just getting the other side of that, isn't he?
Brilliant. That's twice now where Martial's gotten behind defences, which is again getting in behind defences and being a box 9. 2 things that I've been crying out for. Even when Martial was doing very well for us, things I always cried out for, and he's been doing them this pre-season.
Yes.
So, yeah, hopefully a bit more training sessions with Ben McCarthy and he's scoring 30 goals a season.
That'll do it. He was a good player as well, Benny McCarthy.
Solid, wasn't he?
A bit of a mess, but he's a good player.
He won Champions League before, didn't he?
Goals, yeah.
With Mourinho, didn't he?
I think so. He definitely played. Let me have a look.
Left.
I'm pretty sure he was in that team. Yeah, he was 2004 to 2006.
I like how our forwards keep going into them areas.
Yeah. That's deflected as fuck, but we got lucky there, Lindelof. Oh,
How's
come on,
it
one
touch-
it, yeah?
How's McTominay not touched that down, bro? This is about wanting the ball. That's the point I make, man. How's the ball just bouncing right in front of you there? He doesn't want to put his foot out to just bring it down. You've got to want it, man. If you're a midfielder, you've got to want to put your foot down on the ball. Like, it just doesn't do it, man.
Clash your heads here.
So frustrating.
You look like Ilanga.
To be honest, now, is Ahmad in the squad?
No.
It's not. I was going to say like who I'd like to see onto that right-hand side, but...
Well, I think Eriksen or Bruno, I think we might see some of them on the wing at some point. Because, like I said, with Tadic, he was basically...
I think more Bruno...
Yeah.
Eriksen has played there a lot, actually.
Yeah.
But, like, the current way he plays and what he gives, I think Bruno would be more suited to what Tadic does. I think there was a game against... Was it Brentford at home in the last season where Bruno played on the left? We had Mata in the 10.
He did it a couple of times last season.
Did pretty
Bruno.
well. Yeah. And he did pretty well there because he understands, he wants to get in them goal scoring positions where I think if you play Eriksen wide, you want him as a delivery guy, like which doesn't really work in Ten Hag system.
No, I think Bruno's just a better finisher than Eriksen as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's a Langer there with the clash of heads.
So it would be interesting if we put like, say, Bruno wide.
Ronaldo. Would you like to be called Ronaldo, Jordan?
Do you like to be called
question
Ronaldo?
How would you want to be called
What sort of
Ronaldo?
question is that?
It's like Ronaldo,
You're
isn't it?
saying your name shit.
My name's shit, so I can't say it, but Ronaldo's cooler than both of our names, let's be honest.
Nah, I'd rather have Jordan.
Who's
Than Ronaldo.
Yeah, it's Jordan Ronaldo. That's your name.
Oh, my name's Jordan Ronaldo.
All right, that sounds good now.
I like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
See?
You've butted me up.
Butted you up. Speaking of being buttered up, what have you had for breakfast?
I had Mackey's.
Double
Rough. It was.
sausage, egg
It was
McMuffin.
rough. No, breakfast roll. Double sausage egg McMuffins are overrated.
Oh, you had double sausage this morning.
Oh.
I did.
Mad.
Before
Why are you at sus? Yeah, little.
Dr. Fred,
said
who's
you had
been a member
double
for
sausage.
31
No,
months,
yeah.
thank you very much, mate, says big hopes for this season, but this starting 11 isn't that bad, really. Hopefully McTominay gets it together. Yeah, hopefully.
Right. Raphael Varane. Is he getting in the system?
I don't know why. It just feels like Ten Hag don't like him. And I know that he's played pretty much every minute he's been fit, so I don't know where I'm getting that from. I'm just getting the... Like, it feels like it's going to be Martinez and Maguire, doesn't it? Like, you hear little words from journalists, you hear sort of hints towards it. The fact that Maguire is playing on the right-hand side suggests to me we're looking towards a Martinez-Maguire partnership here. What do you think the reasons are? I don't fancy him.
Does well there. Oh, piss off, ref.
Do you think it's just as simple as he's not fit enough so we can't rely on him?
I don't know, man. With Maguire, with Varane, it's maybe even just stylistically. The thing is, we've seen Sergio Ramos, Varane work very well. Obviously, I'm not going to go around saying Martinez is a Sergio Ramos, but we've seen how he can play with an aggressive centre-back who wants to step in, who wants to make them forward runs and whatnot. So maybe, Varane's got that experience. So it's just the fitness for me with Varane. It's the fitness. Like, he's generally been one of my favourite players to watch in the past 10 years. Like, as a defender, like, I've always adored him. I think he's a brilliant centre-back, but he's not shown that United. And I think a lot of that is down to the fitness, to be honest. Like, it's just, if you can't stay fit, then how can you build them partnerships at the back, them passing sequences that this team needs? So maybe it's a thing that Ten Hag's looked at.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not staying fit, then that's an issue. So
Then I can't rely on you.
That didn't even go out, by the way.
I know, it's just a big
That
move
attempt
forward
didn't
as
even
well.
go out.
Not even go out for a corner. Just
No,
didn't go out.
Just didn't go out.
You ever done a shot so bad it didn't even get to the goal line? From 6 yards out as well. That's a rough shot, that. So soft and
Wasn't that
so
ideal?
wide that it didn't even get to either touchline. Well done, Victor.
They're playing more aggressive, the centre-halves, I've noticed. They're
Yeah.
stepping in more.
that's the way Martinez, like, all the clips you see at Ajax, a lot of them is exactly what Lindelof did there. So
Yeah.
maybe it's a requirement in style as well. So I overheard like a United player talk midweek. I was doing something and they were there and they were talking about how
Sorry, that's exactly what we were talking about.
that right there, that pass Maguire
Pre-game.
to
Maguire to Rashford,
Yeah.
it was.
He's good past that.
very good.
It's
And
another
Malacia
outlet.
as well. He's not dropping deep. He's not on the halfway line. He's in a centre mid position when Rashford's playing it inside.
That's what Ten Hag wants his
Yeah.
fullbacks to do. I think Malacia is quite lucky because he was sort of doing that at Feyenoord. Like, he'd come into the centre a lot. That's like off the clips I was watching, he would just drive into the middle and be in the middle. There, though, I think one thing that Shaw and Rashford do is building that connection, because what Shaw would have usually done there is go for, what's his face? Go pass it to Rashford.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, come on, ref.
They're heavy challenges, aren't they? From
Ref's
the
not
whole
giving us
game.
anything, you know.
Well done, Dio. Oh, I thought he'd done him, but
Carrasco's.
Carrasco has had a weird career, hasn't he?
has.
Yeah.
Cannot make his mind up whether he's just in it for the money or
The
whether
China,
he
the China
trophies or
move
not.
for like 2 years or
He
a
went
year.
from Belgium to Monaco, and then from Monaco to Atletico, then Atletico to China, then back
Atletico to
Atletico.
Dalian Professional.
Yeah. He went,
Like-
he got the bag and came back.
You know what?
Yeah.
And you have to respect that because
Him and Witsel did the same thing. Like 1 year in China, they're both too good to stay in China.
Yeah.
look
Lindelof
how,
there
look how
doing-
high Lindelof just won the ball back. He's basically in the final third.
Movement needs to be better.
Yeah,
Movement
just a
needs
bit
to
slow on
be.
the passing.
Ooh,
That's a good
Rashford
pass there from
finding the
Rashford.
thing.
Oh,
Martial,
great feet.
brilliant. I would have. I should have
turn
laid
there.
Bruno there. Very
Yeah.
good turn, though.
That turn was
was-
electric.
Looked a
He's
bit
quick,
slow there, didn't
innit?
it? And all of a sudden, just clicked through the gears. Then
That's
was
what
good.
you want, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think because of his ability from keeping the ball touch tight to him in wide positions, if he can bring that into the
See this pass here.
into
Not this
central
one,
area.
the one.
This is very good.
This
from
one here,
Rashford.
really nice.
Fred, nice again. This
Yeah.
is a brilliant turn. I
He
think
maybe
he's
could have
got to
laid it
lay
up to Fred
Bruno
or
off
Bruno.
of Fred there.
Yeah.
Do you know? I love how he went. Sorry, back to Carrasco. He went Atletico, then Dalian Professional in China. Let's get this corner out first. No. And then back to Atletico. Do you think they said to him, do you think he was like, if I go away for 2 years, can I come back here? I think he asked him before he went whether he was allowed to come back or not. He's like, I'm just going to, can I just have it like a long holiday? Can I just have like 2 years sort of paid leave and I'll go to China and come back? Or do you think he had to beg him to let him back after the 2 years?
To be fair, he's always been quality at this level. Like he's had some big seasons. There he's on a ball again.
He's still only 28 as well.
Good ball out. And he was still playing for like Belgium in the World Cup when he was in China, wasn't he? And the Euros and stuff. But he's probably, the thing is he's too good anyway, so they would have always taken him back.
Yeah.
And he's a Simeone like winger.
Do you remember when Barcelona bought Paulinho for like 20 million? Played him for 2 years and then sold him back again for 20 million. Like that, I think that must have been agreed.
Again, Malacio. This outlet on the left-hand side looks really, really good.
Nice pullback from Rashford. Take your time. Nice there from Martial. This is good from United.
Ooh, lucky.
Nice.
Right idea.
Won it back aggressively again.
Nice.
Rashford. Nice.
Good play there.
See how he just continues to press.
Just good pressing there.
That was the thing I overheard like the player was saying now. It's just been, someone was asking how's training with Ten Hag going? And then they were saying it's just press. And you really see it in the way we're doing. Like once we lose it high up, it's just don't drop back, press. Like the fullback, the midfielder, and our forward there, Rashford, not leaving until we won it back.
No.
Great ball for Bruno.
I know obviously with Rangnick it seemed like it was just supply teacher who gives a fuck vibes. But I wonder if they've definitely had 6 months of hearing about the fundamentals of pressing, of understanding triggers and switches and all this sort of stuff to do with pressing. I wonder if the Rangnick stuff has given them a bit of a leg up. Now they genuinely care about learning it. I wonder if they're going, this is some of the stuff Rangnick was saying, whether that sort of sped up the process a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we saw it once, wasn't it? I think, was it the Crystal Palace game where we thought, wow, they are like running, but then all of a sudden it just sort of died down quite quickly. You can see this consistently in 5 games now, or this being the 5th game or whatever. You can see how he's implementing it and he's drilling it into him. And if like you said, if the players consistently said all they do is press, it's automatically going to get better, innit?
Alanga's got to be cleaner on the ball, bro. Like he's just been so off it in pre-season.
Yes, surprisingly, actually.
Time. Nice, good. Come on, show.
Last season, trying to operate in our box was so scary to watch.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Fucking hell.
They'll give advantage, innit?
Proper, it's a pre-season friendly. He's going through the back of McTominay there. He got loads of time here as well, Martial. Took too long.
We've played out very well, haven't we?
Yeah, they did.
To be fair, Alanga's not been good this game so far, but he's played out well when he's dropped. McTominay has as well. It's a good ball from McTominay. Listen, there's a lot of these where it's close from Bruno, but there's only so many in the game where you're like, that's the issue, man.
Yeah. It's a tough pass, though, that, I think.
You need, the thing is with Bruno, I feel like this is why you need Eriksen alongside him, because you need Eriksen to get on the ball and then just let Bruno just try and get to goal scoring positions rather than do the on the ball stuff.
Preston well here, United.
Delot does very, very well. Very, very well there.
Go on.
Elanga continues to run.
No, come on.
There's literally nothing in that. Just carry on. Delot wins it. It's just a bit of a scuffle on the run.
Good pressing this, though, from United. That's a good pass.
Got
out of it there. Almost, though, there, Adam.
But I think that when you're speaking about the pressing thing, I think with Rangnick, it was just press, but there was no structure. Whereas I feel one thing I noticed from us in this pre-season is there's a sequence to our pressing. It's when we lose it, it's 3 certain players on that side doing it. There was a article or a thing that actually someone had written about Ten Hag, which is quite cool. It's called Amir on Twitter. He's a City fan, but it's written a very, very nice little piece on Ten Hag's style.
Yeah.
And then he was speaking about how basically he's got this nice mixture of the aggressive style, but also dropping off. It's a bit of a mixture of having the control and that. And I think you need that in the modern game. I don't think Rangnick quite understood that. It's just with Rangnick, it was either all out press, and then once that's gone, it's like it's gone. We don't have anything else.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. We struggled after those like furious few seconds of pressing. The transition after that, we never seemed to get right, did we?
The fitness
If they
wasn't
broke
really
through that
there.
press, they would
I
just
don't
press
really,
through us.
as daft as it sounds, the fitness wasn't really there, and they
Maybe
seem
not.
to just struggle.
Yeah,
doing
maybe
it
Rangnick with the
consistently.
pre-season we would have seen.
It's a nice bit of pace,
Oh,
mate.
my
That's
God.
just dirty.
Is that Alanga?
Oh, these players.
He
bro,
look,
these
yeah,
Atletico
they are
players.
proper dirty, Atletico. It's ridiculous. You get players like Thomas Lamar being like nasty sort of number sixes. I don't know how he does it. He's literally like some mad professor in a lab,
If you
isn't
want to
he?
turn into a
Turning
vile
creative
human, you
players
just go
into
there.
like nasty tackling dickheads. You like him if Lamar was playing for like Bayern Munich or something, he'd be like a Serge Gnabry type, getting 20 goals a season. And for these, he's just a fucking
Shit
everyone's
out.
just a
Shit
swat. I
out,
love
yeah.
it. It's so weird. Do you know, like, Sauron's got that pit making all the orcs on Lord of the Rings? And they just come out of, like, the slime and they're just horrible. That's literally what Simeone is. Stood at the top with a staff and a big wizard's cloak on, creating horrible footballers. Absolutely mad. Quite impressive, though, really.
It is impressive.
Not sold out again. Disgusting.
It does seem like a
It's pretty
decently
close.
sized ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have we saw Ole?
I don't know.
In
A
the
lot of people
crowd.
are asking about him in the comments. But I've not seen it.
Is he still living in Manchester? Or?
I think so. Well, I know he was up until certainly the end of the end of last season.
Good again. Force him to go all the
Doesn't
way
his
back.
daughter play for United, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Scott, see Frankie
It's the same
there
two,
again.
3 guys like where it's, yep, this is where.
And
it
then
falls.
the cynical foul just comes in where he's literally just pushed him over.
Yeah.
I really hope there's like a breakthrough in this flipping Frenkie deal like this week, man, because it's starting to get worrying a week away from the season starting. It's the same 2-3 players this game, bro. Like, that just stand out that are just not getting it. That they're just never gonna get it because they're just not good on the ball. That is shocking defending, by the way. Oh my God, McTominay.
That shows the problem there. Lindelof has just apologised for coming out and trying to be aggressive. It's not worked that time. And what happened the second that they had that opportunity, Atletico almost scored.
Yeah.
So it's the sort of it's high, almost like high risk, high reward when you're coming out like that.
Good idea.
Oh my
Okay,
God!
You've
no.
not just done that.
Well done.
Lindelof just ball bouncing off his face then. Couldn't control the ball.
Good job there from Bruno. Come on, man. Be clean with the ball, Alanga.
Better.
That's better, but you played it behind him. Why are you doing
Not
that there,
not
man?
there.
It's the same stuff that they're doing the last 2-3 years, bro. Like, some of these players, they just can't seem to get things out of their mind. Like, I still got to do this. Why? What's the need for that, man? And then the reason, I know it's pre-season, the reason why it annoys me, because we're going into the season, and Ten Hag isn't exactly going to tell them yet, like, just carry on doing this stuff, like taking turns on the edge of the box. Remember when Bruno did it?
Did it against Atletico?
Southampton as well, like
Yeah.
away, and then and then they ended up scoring off
Yeah.
it. It's just that's the annoying thing where players don't want to get out of their minds, like things that just need to stop. Like McTominay's shown that a lot this game.
Yeah. That's a good pass.
Let it go.
Well done.
That's better. He's everywhere, Bruno.
I
Like,
know,
don't get
yeah.
me wrong, I love Bruno, but it's just he's just got these tendencies to do mad stuff.
I think
sometimes.
this year we'll be seeing him in those spaces though. I think he's going to be the box to box 8, and Eriksen's going to be that high 8,
Receiver.
almost a 10. Yeah.
He just wants to receive and like,
Yeah.
and I think it's better for him. Maybe when Eriksen's in the mix, is because look, this is McTominay's not playing in a double pivot. Like when off the ball, it's always Fred trying to receive deep. It's
Good pass.
a good pass, very good pass.
We haven't seen much of that switch from fullback to fullback that we saw in the first few
We only
games.
saw it once,
I
haven't
mean,
we?
Atletico are playing like a back 3 in it, which is just
Yeah.
the wing backs are
space
pushing
on the
high
wing
up.
backs.
Don't get me wrong, we've seen some good stuff, but it's annoying when you start seeing the same typical things that
Yeah.
players frustrate you with for the last 2-3 seasons. Fred there. It's again, he's the one receiving deepest.
That pass.
Bad ball. What is
I
that?
don't really know.
What are you doing?
I don't really know what Malacia was thinking there.
Well,
But look where the full backs are.
I really
basically
like that
in
from
CM.
Delon, man.
They're basically centre mids.
I think that's such an underrated aspect to his game. Very good ball from McTominay, to be fair.
Okay.
But that's my point with Delon. I
Yeah.
always make, and then people are just like, he's not good at defending, but he pushes high up and he aggressively wins the ball.
Yeah, he
Which
did,
is,
Why
like,
is
I
he
actually
up for
see
that?
he wants to do that. Whereas, like, Wan-Bissaka's a good ball winner, but he doesn't know when to go, when
No.
not to go.
He's indecisive, isn't he? I don't know why this is a booking, really.
He's had like 3 attempts, hasn't he?
He's
That's
pulling
probably
shit
why.
as well. Yeah, maybe that's why. Like 3 mini fouls back to back.
Do you remember when Pep first started at City and we saw like Zabaleta and Sanyo?
Yeah.
I think it was Gael Clichy. I think playing almost in a central midfield role. That's literally what we're seeing now.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because he worked.
Fred, very,
that
very
was
good.
nice. Maybe it's because Ten Hag worked with him at Bayern. He's implementing that now, especially when he's got a fullback that he
Oh,
wants in
Bruno,
Malacia.
man, come on! Like, that's 4 times this game, man. 4 times this game. You can't. The ball just can't break down under the same players every time. That just can't run. Like,
How's he got
the
through
load as
there?
well. Again, come on, man. But Bruno there, like, there's no reason for him to mess that pass up
No.
because he's got 2
You
options.
don't even need to hit it first time either.
Yeah.
That's the annoying thing.
Take a touch, find a better like pass. So frustrating because he gets into the right space. He plays aggressively. He does a lot of what you want to see from an attacking midfielder in the modern game, but then sometimes just really needs to tone it down.
Yeah. Last sort of 10 minutes or so, United haven't quite held the ball as well, have they?
No.
To just get back
been
to
a bit
that.
scrappy, hasn't it?
Because of things like that. When you're on the break, and
Yeah.
there's definitely a way of keeping it. It just dies at the same player's feet every time. Because once
Good
you
press here.
start
Hold
allowing
on.
that,
Bruno's won it back
does
there.
it very well.
Oh, that's a foul, ref. I'm not giving that.
Ref
Just
is
kicked
a-
him over off the ball.
Ref's a joke, to be honest.
Fucking shit.
Who the hell is this ref?
They're just ridiculous as well, Atletico. Even in a friendly, they can't tone it down 1%. It's clearly a foul. Bruno wins the ball back in a second. There. And look at this. Oh, actually, not much of a foul there. I'll take it back. He tried to step across him, Elanga. He's holding his groin as well. I don't know what's going on. I think they're saying he doesn't need to be subbed.
I thought that was Chris Armas then.
I know, it looked like.
Do you remember him?
Palestri warming up.
Pellistri is an interesting one on the right because I think he's nothing like Sancho, but he's probably the closest with his profile of like he gets the ball, he wants to drive inside more than like he has that bit of like close ball control, wants to get into the centre and drive in. So I'd be interested if he actually comes on and has anything on the right.
The thing is, are we ever going to actually see him make an impact in the
That,
first team?
that's the issue.
In the
innit?
Prem,
Yeah.
in the cup games, maybe in the Europa League, he
Europa,
stays around. Yeah.
They love this iPad, don't they? Isn't it funny how Eric Ramsey is the only surviving coach from the
Surviving.
Rangnick era? Like, came in to sort out corners. I think we scored 2
We scored 2. didn't we?
all season, and he's kept his job, and everyone else has gone. Even Mike Phelan's gone. Well, he's not coaching anymore, is he? He's doing some other role. Whereas
Eric wanted his
Ramsey's
own
still
team,
sat
didn't he?
there.
He wanted his own team, but maybe they were thinking they fought so hard to get him in. Is it from Chelsea, I want to say?
Ramsey.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I know he was working. I think he was working in the Premier League at one point.
That's a good ball. De Gea. We never see him that far off his line.
Oh, as well. Once the ball got
Edge of the
free,
18.
he didn't like drop down and pick it up. He just kicked it out for a throw in.
Yeah, you
You see how how him coming out there helps the defenders a lot more.
Yeah, it does.
Because you're just creating. Because now with modern keepers, it's about creating a back three with your 2 centre halves, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like off the ball or in that situation when you get on it.
Even on the ball, you need them to be able to pass to you. Good tackle, Fred.
Oh, Fred, that was beautiful. Well done.
Fred's done well so far this game.
And then it's
straight into
literally
his
the same thing. It's the same thing we're talking about. He's trying to do a nutmeg in our third.
I know.
How have they not ironed it out yet? It's failed about 4 times, and Bruno's tried to turn or he's tried to dink it past someone.
Tackle.
They keep doing it. He does something sick like that. Brilliant recovery tackle in the box, and then tries to nutmeg him
There's things that you just can't change.
in your own final third. In your own third. Why? I don't understand why they seem to think, oh, that was sick. I'm gonna look even better now and try and do a nutmeg
straight into their player.
Oh, Scott, get that collar down your tosser.
Oh, he looks like such a knobhead.
Funny, isn't it?
Oh my god, I just deeped it.
I'm really not a fan of that kit, you know. I don't like the home kit.
Oh my
Mate,
he looks like such a knob.
Please, just put it down.
He's Eric Cantona. Jordan, can you stop disrespecting
Feels
Scott
sick.
McTominay? He's the new Eric Cantona. Certainly in his head he is.
King McTominay
put
doesn't
your
really have a
collar
ring
down,
to it, does it?
man.
Maguire's bleeding.
Nudged a tooth.
And someone's a bit irritable in the producer desk apparently as well.
Oh yeah, what's going on there? Frantically clicking away. Jesus. Playing Denise Lewis heptathlon back there. I used to love that game.
Cracking game, not
So good. That and what was the other one? The Summit Yeti Olympics or whatever. Jesus
think I
Christ,
played
was a good game. Jay and Joe's adopted son Benjamin, who's been a member of the first team for 8 months, has said, "Hey Jordan, Abdul, Joe, love watching you guys. Are you doing well? Can you give me your second half squad predictions, please? Have a good weekend." Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Nice one, mate.
Yeah, good
Thank
man.
you.
I think
Thank
we'll
you.
see this team play certainly 65 minutes.
60,
I think some of them
65
might even
maybe.
play 90
Yeah.
minutes, to be honest. Because no one has played 90. Did anyone play 90 minutes against Villa?
Dave in goal?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But, no outfield players have
Yeah.
played 90 minutes, I don't think.
I think they've kept some of the squad behind, so
Yeah.
maybe we can expect a few. Maybe he wants to see how Maguire and Martinez play together, so maybe I'd expect Martinez, Maguire to play second half together. Ericsson, I think Fred might
Get
stay
him
on.
in. Get him in at half time.
And I think whoever then
doing
plays
now,
the whole
will it?
game will get a rest tomorrow. Alanga does well to win it at the front.
And then,
And
mate,
that's the
these
yellow
are
card,
cynical.
that.
These
They're
are
so shit, aren't they?
cynical.
Atletico are such twats.
That ref was moving a bit weird then, wasn't it?
Nice. Yeah, but that video, the ref like that.
You are such a
Like dancing backwards and all that. No more. He's running a bit like that.
If you're gonna be a ref, you may as well
Go for it. Really be a
own
ref.
it, innit? Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Ref the fuck out of it. That's the yellow card, that. I know he got given the yellow card, but clear.
Mike. Is he called Mike Phelan? No, that's not the
No.
manager. No,
Mike-
the referee.
Mike
Mike Dean.
Mike Dean.
Going in.
Oh.
Oh my days.
Mike.
Mike Dean was the most like flamboyant one out
Yeah,
there. One.
Mike Dean was
Some
good.
of his like reactions,
I mean,
like
he's-
when he went up to Fellaini and he was like,
He just loved it being all about him, didn't
Yeah.
he, Mike Dean? It was the Mike Dean show.
we
whenever he
we
ref.
need a character like that in the Prem.
I don't know if we do.
I
I'd rather
reckon- I
just
think we
good
do.
robot refs who didn't get anything wrong. I think Maguire could do with a skinhead. Because he's always like brushing his hair out of the way, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just shave it off.
Oh,
But
I think
his
he
head-
look. I think he'd look a bit of a
He'd look disgusting.
bit of a sausage.
Yeah, his head would look like a Yorkshire pudding. You know those giant ones that you can have your whole dinner in?
Yeah.
That's what
They're
it
good,
look
them
like.
innit?
Yeah, maybe just a
Edible
really
bowl.
short haircut then, like...
Go on in now.
Go on
Go on
then.
in now.
Rashi to Martial. Finding each other well there, Rashford and Martial. Is that a
Friends
corner?
United.
Right.
One more. Left. Oh, it's a bit of a shit ball, that. Behind him, pretty much.
Corner? Corner?
Oh, this.
No way, that's not a corner.
Bare cynical fouls, a pants referee, Scott McTominay thinking he's an absolute don.
A lot of people talk about McTominay on social media. Carl Anker having a word.
What's he said?
That's good. There's search McTominay on Twitter. There's some funny memes going around at the minute. He thinks he's him. That's funny.
Let's have a look.
Some people applauding Scott McTominay with the collar up. Thoughts?
McTominay got his collar up. Such a bum. Not happy.
Nice, is it?
Not happy.
Is it a corner to United? It is. Malacia taking him from that right hand side.
And he's had some good deliveries as well.
Yeah, he has.
Dangerous areas.
We'll score from this one, I bet you.
What's this applause?
I don't know. Apparently Martinez, Tellez and Garner are all warming up at the moment.
Get Jimmy Garner on that pitch.
Free kick to corner to United, sorry. Good cross again.
Again?
Yeah. I'm liking these crosses, you know.
Go on.
Mate, right. Scott has literally just elbowed him in the face.
I like that. And now he's having a scrap.
He's having a full-on scrap, you know.
I mean, this was always coming, wasn't it? It's been a bit of a shit house match.
I mean, they deserve
just a friendly man.
McTominay was a bit heavy on.
He wants
Black
it
there, and then Kondogbia
collar
came in
up
and spun him around.
He wants everyone.
Go on.
Look at this. Right. He has just.
I like that.
He doesn't even look at the ball.
I do like that.
The ball didn't even land anywhere near it.
They're so jarring, these Atletico players. They need a bit of that, innit?
Yeah.
Have that.
And then he's going a little bit there. He's done a little bit there as well.
I mean, if he's going to be bad, at least, like, Jimenez just punched him.
I don't mind a bit of that.
I think I want more.
He's living up to the collar a little bit now. Go on.
I want a couple more punches.
I want him
to
to walk past and stand on Oblak's ankle as he walks past him. Fuck it. Isn't it weird in football, like, if someone's looking up in the air and you barge into him, people are like, oh my God, you almost killed him. But if you're just playing with your mates, people fucking pushing you over, slamming you into trees, like smashing your face against fences and stuff. You used to play against trees.
Well, you were mixed, didn't you, when you were young?
Did you never used to play football on a bit of grass with a tree on it? Oh, I always had 4G Astro, I did.
No, we had jumpers for goalposts.
Yeah, we had trees for goalposts, mate.
You described it as a singular tree.
Yeah.
So what? The net was just everywhere.
Well, the net
you
was
kick it towards the tree to goal.
One side of the net is a tree, and the other side of the net is just earth.
So I didn't go through that
struggle
personally. I was playing at Hoff End. There's like a million pitches there.
See, he's got pictures, concrete and 4G.
Abdul gets pitches.
Yeah. Getting mad pictures. See, let's face it, we're all popping up the collar. That's DB Cooper.
Well, I mean, you can be crap, but
go on then, Joe.
Twat someone, innit?
What?
You're the only one with a collar here.
I wish I had.
Look at that.
Scott McTominay. I look like
old.
I wish I had my United collar thing that I always wear.
I can put this one up if you want.
Yeah. Everyone get your collars up. Can we get Abdul a collar in here, please?
Ethan, get your shirt off.
Ethan, get your shirt off. Abdul needs your collar, mate. We're all Scott McTominay now. Look at this. This is a disgrace.
Right. Ethan looked cold today, to be fair.
Ethan is chilly. Come on, can we?
Hey, I'm telling you what, RDJ is out.
Can we get him a makeshift collar?
Let's.
There's got to be a polo shirt or something hung up through there.
Yeah.
I have actually got a shirt in my bag, you know.
Pop it on. Look at this.
There he is, Chris.
All of this in solidarity with Scott McTominay. Look at this. I need to put this collar down really soon. So if we can get Abdul a collar as fast as possible. There we go.
Yay.
Pop that bad boy on. Look at this.
Look at that cream shirt.
This is pre-season.
That's
for you
fit.
folks. This is prime pre-season there. Look what the collar does.
Ethan, get your collar up.
Ethan, get your
Get
collar
your
up.
collar up. Good lad.
My bad, Callum. I'm going to break your thing. I'm too big for this.
Get it in. Look at this. How are you feeling with the collar up, Jordan? Has it changed everything?
I don't know. I feel like there's like just testosterone flowing from my body, more so than
even more than before.
Yeah.
How McTominay feels.
I think it might be. I don't think that he chose the collar. I think the collar chose him. you know what I mean?
You got small hands, you Callum, bro.
Yeah, the guy's got wrists that could fit to the bottom of a Pringles tube.
That's a
problem.
game.
You know what I mean? He's got some Pringle eating wrists, that kid. Nice, I like that. You look ace, first of all. Right. Yeah. you look like you're in disguise as Callum. And then Jordan, pop your collar, mate. How do you feel? Do you want to fight someone?
Come on, then.
No. Right, I'm putting mine down now. Cheers for that. Thank you, Scott McTominay.
Look like I'm about to make a drug deal up.
You look good.
Fred
nice
as
shirt,
well.
that. Whose shirt is this?
Callum,
Callum's.
I've
Yeah.
probably ruined something. My bad.
Yeah.
But your hands are small, bro. Because I couldn't get through the thing.
Hey, we need to stop giving slander about tiny hands. Yeah.
It's not the hands.
cracking,
it's
but again-
the forearms.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
good
what
touch,
a
that.
touch there from Rashi.
Yeah.
Nice.
Was
ball
that
back.
was that the second example?
Yeah.
Go
Of what we were talking about? What,
Nice.
again? Nice.
Okay.
Have a go then.
You know he wants to
Okay.
as well.
Oh.
It's a bad place to shoot from, that, innit? Let's be honest.
Vibes in it.
Frank Underwood says, God, the flopping from Atletico is in
I need to get this off,
mid-season
man.
form.
It's a bit hot,
Yeah,
isn't it?
get it off.
It's a bit
It's
hot.
not about it being hot.
It
It's
is
about
bad,
me
innit,
looking like an
how-
absolute twat.
They're just being...
Thank you,
I
though,
mean,
Callum.
the
It's very
top
nice.
didn't make him look a
It's actually very
twat.
nice.
It was the collar.
Don't worry, you don't look like a twat.
It's a nice top,
look
that.
like a twat, innit?
Where's that from? It's from ASOS, that one. So if anyone wants to
It's
get
really
the,
nice, that. I
Callum's
like that a
gaming
lot.
collection, I
Can
believe
I
it is
borrow that for a
available
night out?
No, you can't borrow it for a night out.
I wasn't asking you, pal.
Yeah, well, I was telling you, pal. I speak on behalf of the voiceless. And Callum doesn't have a mic, does he?
He's saying you're not an alpha.
Also, I'm borrowing it on the night, so
Yeah.
you're not it's already
You're
taken.
not Scott McTominay, Callum. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Yeah, people saying that, commenting on how physical the game is for a friendly. It is very physical for a friendly, isn't it? I suppose this is exactly what they
Can
wanted
someone like throw a
when
punch?
they go for Atletico
It'd be
Madrid.
fun to watch.
We said we wanted this. We wanted a tough test. You know.
Go past that. God, just knees in arses. That's literally all they do all the time.
Here he is, Scott.
Golden
Now.
Scotch.
Scotch.
So this is the sort of moment
Fred,
where
well
McTominay does
done.
excel
There,
if he ever does.
That's lovely interplay.
Go on. Go on. Wait
Go
for
on,
the-
go on, go on, go
Don't
on.
shoot from there.
Oh, what a
Great
ball.
pass that. Oh, too long.
Great ball from Rashford.
Hey,
Yeah.
that build-up was really, really
Good
impressive.
Uh,
The way they moved after winning the ball back from a press.
You could have cut that, to watch, yeah.
Aaron saying, Joey, you gutted your pre-season tour is over. I don't know why, but I think Oslo would be right up your street. I'd love to be in Oslo, but I'm happy to be here as well. It's nice doing a watch-along. First one I've done since the end of the season, so it's been good.
Is actually
Yeah. What was the last game of the season? I can't even remember.
Brighton.
Plenty on.
We
It
got
was
thumped.
Was it
Yeah.
Palace? Did you guys not do Palace?
Oh, was it
won,
Palace?
Brighton
Oh yeah,
won.
it was.
Did you guys
Oh, was it
stream
Brighton
the
or Palace?
game? Did you do it as in did you do a live
We
stream?
did a watch-along, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it for every game. I love that. Good turn,
That would have
Tony.
been one game, man. Literally would have just.
Go on then. No, early.
Oh, that's
earlier.
gotta Go
No need for that,
early,
was there?
man. Come on.
But again, they've won the ball back there.
Snap him. Take his legs. There better be added time though. Like we've had about
Yeah.
5 minutes of play and about 40 minutes of scrapping.
Go on then, overlap.
Below
He should
me.
be going there now. Don't you just sat there waiting for it. Go and overlap him, help him.
That's a ball though. Oh.
Oh, fuck off. It's not a foul, that, is it?
The piss.
I don't know how many minutes stoppage time we're going to have. Presumably one at least. It's almost all United fans as well, isn't it? I love that. Jay was saying that Norway's got very aggressively, hard United fans. Proper, just intense. He said of all the places he's been, I think Norway's one of the most kind of fanatical fan bases.
Really?
Yeah.
You clock it in it.
Which is great.
Like, Old Trafford and even online, they've always
Yeah.
got big personalities.
Yeah. Corner to Atletico. David De Gea been rocking the faux hawk for a long time now, hasn't he? When
Such a shit
the
cut.
rest of Europe has zigged, De Gea has zagged on that haircut. I had that haircut in 2008.
He's consistent
Absolutely
with it.
loved it. And he's just kept it, hasn't he?
He's consistent with it.
Signed with it in 2011, still got it to this day.
That is such a... Come on, man.
Do you remember when he had that
Just get a skin fade all round.
Yeah, no, remember he had that he had like a skin fade, like almost like it was a full mohawk, and then just a really thick gelled almost.
Then when he was
line.
growing it out for a bit, it was really long, and he used to have to like you said, sort of paste
that
it back.
was when De Gea was sick.
Yeah.
I remember
That was like prime De Gea.
He's like, yeah.
That was when we went Emirates away and he just went crazy. He had the pony.
Yeah.
Oh, that game, he was so good, wasn't
He was insane that game. Not even gonna
he? We were in that black kit, weren't we?
He had a top knot, yeah.
Yeah. He was so good that game. I think it was like a triple save from Lacazette and 2 off Sanchez. He was so good in that game.
Go on in the middle, show for him. Nice, there we go.
Have
That's got to go. That's got to go into Rashford there, and it's got to go quick. Like, I don't know.
I mean, look how high Maguire is there.
Steps up. Receives it back. Nice pass. McTominay.
McTominay.
Passing it with his ankles there, wasn't he?
Same players every time.
Pass it with his collar.
Fred.
No.
When Malacia got the ball there, the ball's
Yeah.
got to go straight into Rashford's feet. A couple of times where the pass has just not been quick enough, whereas actually throughout pre-season it's been a lot quicker. So hopefully that's something Ten Hag chats to them about.
Yeah.
I'm
Half
gonna
time
go for a
there.
piss, lads.
United 0, Atletico 0. Good sort of first 20 minutes from United, and then it went a bit sketchy after that, didn't it? I think we played well, but didn't quite have the dominance that we had in the first 20 minutes. We were making chances, getting in behind.
Yeah, it looked good for first 20, definitely. The only real issue we've had is we just seem to get a little bit complacent with it. But the one thing I'm very impressive in that first half is the fact of how much we're winning the ball back in dangerous areas. Atletico are sort of, I know we've dilly-dallied in our final third a bit. We've saw Bruno messing around, Fred messing around, doing a fantastic tackle, and then dossing around trying to get a nutmeg in our defensive areas. But
Fun that when they do that.
well, it sends your heart a bit, doesn't it? You know,
it's shit.
in a game that matters, you don't do that. So iron them out now, because Eric Ten Hag hates seeing that. But they've actually been winning the ball in very high areas aggressively, which is really what we want to see, because the best teams in the league, City, Liverpool, consistently press, and they consistently do that. And the fact that it's taken us 2 years since they started doing it to get close to that level, because this is the closest I think we've ever been to sort of a high, energetic, attacking press that's aggressive and it's causing problems. If we can then, obviously Atletico Madrid are very compact. They've they're using 5 defenders, 3 centre halves. They are compact, but we're still managing to get spaces in those pockets. And then when we get pickpocketed, we win the ball back. So it's actually quite impressive. The only problem is we've had a lot of shots on target that haven't really tested All Black. They've all really been straight at him. So he's be a little bit more clinical.
Yeah, we could do with, like I said, we've not really tested the goalkeeper, but we've had a few chances. But a lot of praise for Fred in the comments. Maguire as well getting a good bit of praise. I think they've both been really good. Fred and Maguire playing well. McTominay's fun to watch. Get your thoughts in on that first half in the comments. I actually adore Fred. I think he's good enough to partner De Jong. Fucking hell, mad, innit? How you compare that to 12 months ago or 8-9 months ago before Rangnick came in, and Fred and McTominay both looked like they were going to be out the door.
Exited.
Yeah, exactly. Decent performance so far. Need more from Bruno. Fred is on one. Yeah, love the fight from the lads. Literally fighting. Are you surprised at how hard Atletico have gone in this? Because from the first minute, it's like the ball. You get the ball at your feet, and someone is kneeing you in the back of the thigh.
It's how they are.
Saw the little scrap between Kondogbia and McTominay. He's trying to fight everyone. I thought they might be a little bit less than they have been. I know it's Atletico.
Yeah, you can't know, because you can't think that they're going to be off or turn off what they do, because Simeone was a dirty bugger when he was a player in midfield, and obviously we know how Atletico Madrid play. They're nasty, they'll kick you everywhere, they'll put you to the ground consistently, they'll give away loads of niggly fouls. We should have expected it, but we all said it pre-game. We wanted to see that test, we wanted to see how they deal in certain sort of closed areas where there's a lot of knees, backs, shoves, pushes, all that, because it's up to them to get out of those little areas, and they've done it quite well. We've seen the fact that they have been getting battered at times, literally battered with the fighting and stuff. They're getting out of those spots, and they're doing well. They're winning the ball back high up the pitch, as I mentioned before, and they're actually creating chances. You just need to be a little bit more clinical now.
I like that we're actually like, we are clearly playing a different way.
It's so clear, isn't it? It's so clear.
We create chances differently, we defend differently, we hold the ball differently, we keep possession better and differently than we have done. Like, I know obviously there were obvious massive differences between Moyes and Van Gaal and Jose and all that, but it all felt as though it was sort of a style, and it wasn't this new modern high pressing, high intensity, players make runs in behind, you pass it to them style. I don't know what's going on up there. They're just opening and closing zips and just banging on the floor, which they just constantly do anyway. But this is like the first time where we've seen a manager bring what is the current footballing style, the overriding styles across Europe is high pressing, high intensity, getting the ball forward quickly. And it's the first time United have done that. And I think Rangnick tried it to a certain extent, but we didn't see them adopt it and actually use it the same way that they are at the moment. I do really wonder what's going on.
What is that that's moving?
I've never been in this room that we're in now with the studio in. I've never been in any room in my life where there is noise coming into it from another room more often. This room is 80% of the time there is some sort of other noise going on.
Right, but they're moving stuff consistently.
Student housing that wasn't as noisy as neighbours as this.
What
are they doing?
I don't know what it is that they're moving. Like constantly shifting gear all the time.
I know.
What's up there? What is it?
What's happening?
What's up there?
I went up earlier.
Are you laughing
They've
at
got
that?
an American flag hanging on the wall, like it's the Wolf of Wall Street. Like I think they think there's some like 1990s money-making agency where everyone's like slamming phones down and
maybe they've just constantly got new ideas, so they're constantly refreshing the office up there. That's why they're constantly moving
so many
it.
New ideas,
you know what I mean? Americans love the new ideas, don't they?
Spinning sofas around upstairs. Anyway.
On that point, though, you said we have never. Have you ever seen a Manchester United side where the centre halves are so high up and the full backs aren't hugging next to him?
Yeah.
They're in defensive midfield, almost 8 positions, because Malacia has been in that sort of left central midfield role at times.
Yeah.
Same with Dalot on the right, and it's been helping us press, helping us attack in those tight areas. Which again, as you mentioned, and we never really see United play a sort of on the style football as in right now.
Yeah.
It's slowly coming together now. Would you not think?
Yeah, I think it is. And I think it looks as though there's a clear way that we're playing. And, like, let's be honest, like, people always say about a couple of years and this and that. And it will take a long time to iron out the details of it. But we saw it with Tuchel a couple of seasons ago at Chelsea. It doesn't take that long for players to kind of get the initial sort of 75 to 80% of a style. And we're seeing that, I think, from United now. I think there's still that final 20% where, the detailed positioning in difficult and unusual positions and transitions and that sort of thing, where the players don't know that sort of off by heart yet. But the main sort of sweeping structures of this system, United are already playing them. I think that's really good to see.
Which is why it was so worrying, because I know Rangnick obviously is not a top quality manager and that, but it took the players so long to understand what he wanted. They did it for one game and thought they were sorted in that game where they consistently pressed against Palace. Now, they look like they consistently know what they're doing, all because of a little bit better communication. Maybe it was because they knew that you weren't going to be there for a long time, so they thought, well, we'll just doss around a little bit. Maybe not fully doss around, but, not take it in 100%. But you can see it in 5 games. The fitness levels, the ideas, the tenacity, the eye for a pass, it's completely different. And it's obviously very positive to see. But again,
I think it's
in this game, they have to take the chances.
On the ball, man. It's definitely more on the quality on the ball. Like you said, you can see the eyes for a pass. Like you can see the intensity and everything. But some of the quality when we're getting on the ball, it's not there. So like you can see what Ten Hag's trying to do with this team, but players just misplacing passes and things breaking down at the feet of certain players is standing out. So this is where Eriksen, Martinez need to come in, and this is where you need to get a deal done, because those guys are coming straight into the team for me, man. They're starting ahead a couple of some of these, man.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it remains to be seen who, and I do still worry about Eriksen a little bit in terms of just he hasn't started that many games in the last couple of years, but hopefully he can come in. Do you think we'll see any of them at half-time, Martinez or Eriksen?
I'd love to see both, like just straight in there, because especially the fact that we're starting next season, innit? So you don't want to just throw them straight in next week. You want to try and see what they do today, and maybe if we get back to Manchester tomorrow, that they might get a couple of minutes there as well. So yeah, it'd be good to get them straight in there and get 45.
Yeah, I wonder if they will play anyone today and tomorrow, because I know it's not a particularly long flight. I think it's a couple of hours, isn't it? Manchester to Oslo flight, and obviously they'll be going direct. What is it? 2 hours? Do you know what I mean? It's not a long flight.
Yeah.
It's like the same as a train from London to Manchester.
Exactly.
So you would assume that they can be playing today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
If, you know, the
and this will be a bit like a
difference.
training session anyways for some of these guys. So.
Yeah, exactly. Someone saying Man United will win. Interesting. I like that. I like that confidence. Just blanket confidence. Is there a CrossFit class happening upstairs? I don't know what's going on upstairs. It's just constant. It's like they're dragging sort of mats or like suitcases or something. Yeah. Who knows what's going on? It's a very strange room. Of course, it's pre-season, but nobody wants to lose. Look at the yellow cards. Are you surprised? I was speaking to Jordan before. Are you surprised at how harsh and sort of dickish Atletico have been?
Nah.
No.
It's just typical Simeone, innit? It would have been nice if we would have thrown some punches in there, just because it's pre-season. Probably get away with it.
Yeah.
McTominay sort of did, but you know.
Do you think these are the sort of games where McTominay does the few games where when it starts getting a bit edgy, it starts getting a bit physical, where you do see more from him? Because as good as Eriksen is, I would say the only place that McTominay is better than him is in a physical battle, you know, getting his shoulder in, winning balls in the air, sticking a toe in, pushing people around.
Yeah, it's all good and well doing that, but then it's like we've seen when he gets on the ball in this game, he's just not been all there, bro. Like,
no.
Gets on the ball, you just don't see anything special with him in terms of like finding a pass that'll break a line. Like, he does a couple passes at a decent level, found Malacia a couple of times, but I feel like you got to want the ball and have love for having the ball. Whereas like McTominay, bro, sometimes it feels like he just wants to get rid. And Fred has that sometimes in him, but at least he's trying to get, like, he asks for the ball and he gets it. He's done a couple of decent turns, but I'm still quite like disappointed, to be honest, with that midfield. Like, I'm not exactly enjoying watching them.
Yeah.
I would love to see Eriksen straight in there. I'd love to see Eriksen, Bruno maybe in the mix there together. Donny was warming up, so we might see Bruno come off, or Bruno go into a wide position.
Yeah.
Maybe Bruno, because Elanga's not done it again today, in my opinion. So. No. Maybe he wants to test Bruno wide as an option. That's a great touch to just watch a replay. That's that ball again from Maguire.
Yeah. Who do you think's been good then, first half?
I think Rashford's been lively. I think Martial's gotten behind defences very well. Bruno's been good defensively on the ball. Shocking, to be honest. Like, when it's 3 or 4 times when the attack dies at your feet, then it becomes a bit of a question, innit, of why is it every time you're trying that middle pass? Sometimes you just got to hold it. Like the pass that he missed onto the right. He had runners in the middle, runners on the left, runners on the right, and he just decided to throw the ball quickly away. Like, you've got to be smarter with the time you get on the ball, and I think you can't just be reckless with it. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to get the ball again. Like, you've got to cherish the ball when you get it. I feel like Bruno has the quality but doesn't have enough of that mindset of, let me just calm down a bit, look for my options, because I've got the quality to find it. So that's the frustrating part about Bruno. Like, I love him, but it's something that he's got to tone down. But maybe with an Eriksen coming in, it takes that away from him and it allows him to maybe get into goal scoring positions, do the other side that he brings to the table. Yeah,
I think a lot of people giving Fred, Maguire a bit of praise, both of them, saying they've been all right. Thoughts on them?
Fred's been good playing out of pressure again. Like, I enjoy, like I said, he actually wants to get on the ball. He wants to improve his game around, which is always a good thing. As for Maguire, again, a couple of decent passes out to the left, and I want to see him partner with Martinez, to be honest, in the second half. I want to see how that would look like. I mean, he can always get a rest tomorrow, but it's important to try and see if that partnership can quickly, come to fruition. So, be interesting. I think, it's all on the changes. I'd bring Eriksen straight in. Maybe I'd take Elanga off, see how Bruno would do in that wide goal scoring position to come inside and whatnot. But yeah, it's been a pretty disappointing half from a couple of players, because it's just like John said it when I come in earlier, and you say like how you can see what a couple of things we're trying to do with Ten Hag, but the players, when you've not got the quality, there's not much you could do, man.
Like, just so everyone knows, we're doing a giveaway. You like a giveaway, don't you, Jordan?
I love a giveaway.
Have you ever won anything in a giveaway?
No, they're not real.
Maybe like a set of rubbers.
Really? Where was that at?
I don't win
can't
anything.
remember.
A Students' Union.
Yeah.
Well, we're giving away a copy of FIFA 23 Ultimate Edition.
Oh,
that's that, innit?
I'm interested.
Nice.
Ultimate Edition as well.
What?
Ultimate Edition as well.
Ultimate
Tell you
Edition.
what.
So you're getting all the COD points, FIFA points, whatever it's called.
COD points.
Xbox points,
Oh, he's
PlayStation
fluffed
points.
it already.
Whatever it is.
End the promo.
You get
End
all
it now.
of it.
COD.
FIFA 23 Ultimate Edition. All you have to do is go over to our Instagram. Could we put a link to the Instagram in the description, please, or in the comments? Even better. We'll put a link to that in the comments. Head over there. All you have to do is like the post, follow BetMate, and tag a friend
What
as
is
well.
that shirt
And you'll be
sponsor? My
entered for the giveaway.
not
So head over to there. Again, it's free. All you have to do, like the post, follow BetMate, and tag your friend, and you can win FIFA 23 Ultimate Edition. Thank you to BetMate for that. It's good, isn't it? BetMate is a fantasy
Sound.
football game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love it. Do you want to win it?
Yeah, but it's a bit tapped if I win it, innit?
Well, no.
You know what I
If you
mean?
get randomly drawn out, you'll win it.
Random.
Oh, no.
It is random. Of course, it's random.
Oh, obviously it's random, but it
How do you think you do
looks
then,
a bit
Abdul?
weird if
it's
one
not
of us
random.
lot win it. Would you not think?
I'm not saying you've won
I'm
it.
not.
No, but
I'm
what
not
I say,
saying
if it did, it would
not
look a
gonna
little
win it.
bit weird, you know?
No.
Players back out. Oh, I don't know. Is there any changes? Oh,
I can still see McTominay. Nah, there's no changes. Elang's still on. Everybody's still on. Maybe 60 minutes we see him. Maybe
Yeah.
at 60 minutes.
Yeah, we're treating this more like a real game, aren't we? No changes at half time by the look of it. I don't think I can't see any changes for Atletico
So-
either.
Are they going back to Manchester tonight?
I would assume so. I
probably
don't know.
right after the game.
Do you
Yeah.
reckon?
They do that anyways in general. Like I remember I
Yeah.
was flying back from Sevilla once, and then like I nipped into the toilet after I'd come off the flight. So I was like out for like 10 minutes before I went through passport control, and then I was like post game, like we've flown straight back, and I just see like Sir Alex, Ed Woodward, Alexis
Yeah.
Sanchez like on passport control. I was like
Nice.
so confused. I literally go out the toilet. It was like the one they passport.
That's ace, that,
It's
innit?
like,
So
what's
good.
going on here?
They did that in Melbourne. They flew straight. No, sorry, they flew to Melbourne from Bangkok straight after that game against.
They do it a lot
Palace,
after
I
the
think.
game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Meanwhile-
you just want to get to your location and just,
Liverpool,
like,
sorry.
relax.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, when I was going on the stag do 2 weeks ago, I saw Michael Turner in London Gatwick,
Former Sunderland.
former Sunderland and Hull defender. And I couldn't believe I even recognised him, to be honest.
Did you remember his name straight away? Or did you have to Google
No, I
it?
was like, the funny
That's a
thing was
foul,
as well,
that.
I sat there and went, I swear he played for like Sunderland or something.
How's that not a foul?
I don't know. Can we get a bit of volume? please?
These lot are so dirty, you know.
Thank you.
Well done, Harry.
Good ball. winning
Go on
from
then.
Maguire.
Oh, he seemed like he just
Bit soft that.
he came out of that, didn't he? He didn't want to go in.
Yeah. Second half underway. Maguire on the ball.
Go on
Back
then.
to him there.
Oh, he could have given it back there.
Oh,
Tay with a big boot. To no one.
Go on then. Oh, you could
no
see,
way, man.
you could see what he wanted to
What
do,
are you doing?
but that was so off.
Was that
We
Rashford?
got to cut that out of our game, man. You can't do that, bro. Like, that's got to stop because City don't do that. Like, how many times do you see that? Like, at least it's such a rarity when City do it. It's like they're giving you an opportunity. We do that every flip. It needs to be cut out. That.
Tom Heaton seems like he's everyone's best mate, doesn't he? Everyone
I
chats
proper
like,
love
everyone
Tom
always
Heaton,
talks
mate.
about everyone chatting to him. He sat there chatting to Ericsson.
I proper love to meet him.
He needs mates, innit? When you just
Yeah.
always sat doing nothing.
Also, you can probably pick someone who's got a decent personality to be that third choice.
Maguire
Yeah.
did
Great
very
pass
well
there.
again.
Oh,
to step
Bruno,
in.
man.
Bruno,
Bruno.
rubbish touch. Could have been through.
Good, good pressing there from Maguire though. High pressing.
He's having a good game, Maguire.
Yeah, he is. It's a good.
Oh, it's a
pass as well.
cracking ball.
Well done, De Gea.
Here it comes out. Come on, man, quicker.
Well done, Dave. Nice.
Bruno,
One more now.
That's better
Now,
turn.
No, do
way.
it
There
now.
is no way,
It's all right.
bro.
He's kept the ball.
Oh, great ball from Rashford. Back to Bruno. Find him right. Flick it to Martial. Why didn't Alanga touch that then pass?
I don't know.
So weird. Good break though.
Yeah.
Was a good break. See De Gea there, like when you play it out quickly, what it does. Sometimes it just holds onto the ball for too long. The low again. That's the thing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Bad ball. But like again, winning it there is so important because you're keeping that away from our area, like in general, from like our zone. So
we did well there. I thought Bruno actually did well in that build up there because there was no.
It annoyed me that he took. I know it annoyed me that he took so long, but he did.
I
get the ball
thought
away.
Martial.
You can't be doing that all the
option,
time. You can't be doing it all the time.
I'm just glad he actually passed it. Didn't lose it this time.
Try to nutmeg someone again.
I like a nutmeg, personally.
Yeah, when it comes off, it's nice, isn't it? But
Well done, Scott.
Why has everything got to be a big challenge for this guy, bro? Just win the ball.
is the collar still up?
Probably is.
That's a poor touch, isn't it?
Well, can't even call it one.
No.
Didn't even do it. Yeah, that sponsor. I think it's Whalefin. I think it says.
What even is that?
No idea.
I hope it's like
Have a
some
look,
sort
Joe.
of illegal offshore
Have a look what whalefin.com is.
fishing methods.
What is
Just
that,
completely
bro?
sold their soul.
I'll stay that.
Whalefin.com is the sponsor.
Whalefin, digital wealth built different. The only one crypto platform.
Oh,
Maguire
it's
does
infiltrated
well
football
to step
now.
in again.
No.
Oh my God, everything's got to be like a big lunge and a big.
He's trying to be big boy now, innit? Because
he's not trying to be. He's just.
Are you ready for the next level?
It's like that. It's so annoying.
We're excited to announce with the Whalefin Club, an exclusive club for those who truly love #crypto.
Oh, is that a crypto sponsor?
Mate.
Oh, I'm interested. I've burnt all my money in it.
That's good. So you're trying to win it back.
Yeah. I should have sold my Pudgy Penguin.
that's
You've
not
been
what it
telling me
was
that for about
called.
6 months. That Pudgy Penguin.
Was that what it was called?
You don't want to know how much it got to, and I didn't sell it, bro.
$200 million.
Nah.
No, not that much.
Do you think I'll be sat? Fucking hell.
I keep seeing those adverts saying you should put in like 50 quid a month into the S&P 500 because the average growth is 10%
You're living in
year
the
on year.
Maldives, mate. If that happened.
Ridiculous. They're all trying to sell us a lie on TikTok.
What, me?
No, all of these guys.
Yeah, you are.
Nah, I think people just take it too far. The whole crypto is a scheme, but you can make some serious cash.
Well, what was it? You got to tell us a number. What could you have sold it for? And you didn't.
So you're not bragging.
You've took it already.
You're not bragging because you didn't sell it for that.
You've took the L already, so you may as well just share
I
it.
say obviously.
Come on.
More than $5,000.
No, like announcing my else. Yeah.
Really?
More than 10 grand.
Around.
No, he's
And did you
smiled.
get? How much did you get for it?
No, I've not sold it. I'm still holding.
Okay,
To be
that's
fair, they got a new team, like the people behind the project and stuff.
Pudgy Penguin.
Get on it, man. Honestly, it's top.
Right, it's 1v1.
Yeah, you're just trying to.
You get a cute little penguin.
Well done.
Maguire
did
Harry.
very well
Lindelof
there.
got rinsed there.
Yeah,
Didn't he, as
absolutely.
well?
I want to see Martinez, man.
Yeah, me too.
What is that, Bruno? But the thing is, I say what is that Bruno, but like, why is McTominay not showing?
Yeah,
from
there's
there?
no one. He had no pass.
had
on
no
whatsoever,
pass on,
and he had 3
yeah.
players around him. So
This is where
At least he
like
took a
Eric,
risk.
you'd hope Ericsson takes
Well
that
done.
zone. The low does very well there. Good stuff there from Bruno. Come on, release. Let's
Oh
go.
my god, go on then. Ah, it's a pants
of a pass.
pass.
I'm just starting to see shit. Like it's just shit.
some of the loudest whispering I've ever heard going on behind those screens over there. Jesus, it's like whispering on a stage play. What are you getting me from the shop? Like shout whispering.
Someone going shop.
Yeah, apparently Ethan's told the whole world that someone's going to the shop.
Ethan, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm producing.
Callum's going to the
Callum,
shop.
are you?
That was such a reluctant yeah, wasn't it?
What's with the attitude, Callum?
If you hadn't shouted it so loud, we wouldn't even know you were going to the shop.
I just wanted the Red Bull. Legend, mate. And a line of coffee.
Do you want anything, Jordan?
Please. Thank you.
No,
Love
I'm
you, mate.
alright. I'm okay.
You got a maximum of 30 quid to spend. That's what Callum lets you spend.
Smart little pass inside.
I'm okay.
Why is McTominay always like, bro, this guy's just, his legs are everywhere? Like, have you noticed that? Everything's a challenge
That's
for
all
him,
he's
bro.
got, isn't it?
Everything's a challenge. He just makes it into a 50-50. He just...
His second touch is always
It was
a
that
50.
collar, wasn't it? The collar was like just.
His legs just go
Put
everywhere. And
aggression
he's like
into
looking
him.
for the ball, looking for the legs. He don't know what he's doing. Like, it's a long day, man. Callum, can I have the no sugar one as well, please, mate? Thank you, man.
And can he have his investment on Pudgy Penguin back as well, please?
Oh, is that going to be a thing now?
It might be.
I
You
can't
brought it
believe-
up,
still-
not us.
still-
I
got
can't
it.
believe there's a critical Pudgy Penguin.
No, that's
It's not a
that's an
crypto,
NFT.
It's an NFT.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Banging project. You want to get any sappy seals as well? They're good.
This is just.
I'm gonna
It's all a
post this-
facade.
I'm
It's not
sent-
real, is it?
Nah. It's actually the project behind it's amazing, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Harry.
But nah, it's I've still got a minute. It's just it is what it is.
This Kondogbia looks quite good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Go on then. Give a bit of shithousery back, Harry. Good lad.
It's quite a little bottle that for the shape of it. I'm used to seeing like a 2-3 litre version of that. Look at that. Big man or small bottle. It's nice that.
It's a lot more convenient. To
I bet that
carry.
looks massive in Ethan's hands, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Feels like that.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please, mate?
I'm sorry.
Maguire got booked.
Oh, I'm not repeating that.
Yeah, exactly.
What
Why
did
is
he
it
say?
so
Oh, I'm not
loud?
repeating that. That's the whole point of saying I'm not repeating that.
Go on then.
Oh, you should have passed first time, shouldn't you? God. That's why you should have passed first time.
Taking
Bro,
a long time, innit?
Sorry, this guy stinks. This game, he just stinks. Alanga, what are you doing, man?
Joe Maguire
It's the
really
same
don't like
corporates.
Ilanga.
There you go.
Have you seen that Barca have sold
Maguire's
that
dance
and
is
their
so
first
funny.
NFT for like 500 grand? It's a picture of Johan Cruyff and access
Who
to all
bought
training
that?
sessions. So they haven't really sold an NFT, they've sold access to training sessions for 500 grand.
500
Just turn up to training like, can I put my shin pads on and have a kick about? But they've
Here
made
he
it
is,
out like,
Gerard with his coffee. Hey,
I like that
Right,
about
pal.
NFTs. They're not really selling artwork or whatever. It's all just,
Trying to make money.
yeah, trying to make money in it.
Everyone's just trying to get a bag. Let's not lie. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit how cute that penguin looks. I just want money.
Is it cute though?
It is very cute.
Take him on
It's
then.
very cute. Right,
Take
come
him
on
on
then
then.
now, 1-on-1. Slow down.
Oh, you just.
Don't know why I said it like that. Like I fancy it.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
It's very, very cute.
Right, I could do.
What else have I got? I got some funny ones, you know. Let's see the wildest one I have.
What, NFTs?
Yeah.
Are you doing
No.
your head turned by NFTs at all?
No,
I
I'm
can
not
imagine
even.
you
I've
getting
not
into
even.
Dope Shebas. Oh, I got rug pulled so hard at that.
I've
Goats,
not even.
this is a good
give
one, though.
2 minutes of my time to it.
No, this is a good
Let me
one
research
because
it.
I reckon because I've like one in like a football shirt and a footballer buys that. You know, there's the Pudgy Penguin. It's cool, isn't it?
Let's have a look.
That's not.
Is
lie.
it cool?
That is cool.
What would you say is cool about it?
It's,
My internet is just there. Come on, man. It's got
it's
a
like if
medal,
the Alson was a
sunglasses.
penguin.
It's so weird
Does.
the way that NFTs.
No,
like,
these are.
What are the
Just got them for
popular
free.
looking? They
What
all look
even
the
is
same,
that?
don't they?
Mm.
It's all like the headshot of some sort of animal.
Have you ever played Fall Guys?
Untamed
They all look, they look
Yeah.
like every editable
Very
character
weird.
of Fall Guys.
Right, the game's back on. Maguire,
It's been on for 11 minutes.
The
pinging
game is
balls
back
out.
on. Was it?
No, the ball went out a minute
Let's.
ago.
Oh, yeah, of
Let's
course,
be real.
yeah.
By the way, this game has been shocking.
Second half's been a bit dull.
I just want to see changes,
goal,
man,
come on.
because it's the same stinkers this half that are just stinking it up every time the ball gets to them.
You tell him, get him off.
Bro,
Get him off.
that by the way, Maguire's doing very well. These passes.
He's been very good,
He's
isn't
in
he?
about 5 or
passes are
6 of
brilliant.
them,
Not
hasn't
gonna lie.
He's made maybe 3 or 4 of them now.
he? Yeah.
Bring on Ericsson. Bring
I hope we see him in like 10 minutes, hopefully.
I think we will. I think we'll see some changes because even if you weren't looking for fitness, we need something to shake this up a little bit, don't we? We are just passing it across the defence. Maguire pings it out to the left back. The attack breaks down. Martial's not touched the ball in about 40
Oh, there's my goal.
Why do they all look the same? Are they all done by the same designers or not?
Nah.
They all look like that, don't they?
Nah.
They do. All
They
NFTs
don't.
are like a school photo
Yes,
of a
Fred.
cool animal.
Respect.
What a ball.
Respect. Oh, duckies. I still got that.
Do well there, Bruno. Who's that on the left? Martial.
I'm gonna clip all these up and then just send them to like the owners of these things and just say I've just promoted you on
Bless me.
whatever not.
Yeah.
Paddock. Shall we get like an NFT sponsor?
What, United or Paddock?
Us.
I'd
Paddock.
rather not, to be honest.
Why not?
Because it is close to being a scam, isn't it? If we're being completely honest.
What if there's like an
borderline.
official one?
What official?
So there's one I know. Do you know like there's a guy who I don't know if he still does designs for us, but Baka.
Yeah.
He does the. I'm pretty sure he does the designs for like a footballer's one,
Right.
where it's got like the low in there. The low's actually in it. Like, isn't he's involved at Dybala?
Right.
They have specific NFTs for these players.
This looks
So
like
it's a proper official thing. So
wholesale changes.
I'm
doesn't
not
it?
having it.
still won't do it.
No.
Even if you're in a Discord chat with like Diogo Dalot.
I don't need that in my life.
Why not?
Because what we're going to talk about, NFTs. Right, Atletico Madrid is sending on about 9 players here. Koke's coming on, Felix, Griezmann.
Can we see a change, please?
Who else we got there?
There's some very, very dead ballers on our team this game that I'm just sick of watching.
Is that Axel Witsel there? I
It
thought
is,
they'd
yeah.
signed him.
Yeah.
What? They signed Witsel?
Yeah, Morata's coming on.
No.
Yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago.
Bro,
It was
I
a free one, I think.
completely
I think
missed
it was
that.
a free.
Yeah.
Yo, what? That is completely gone by
What?
me.
I never knew that.
Have you not seen that?
I never knew that.
I never knew that. I never knew that. Yo, that's mad, you know. That's completely passed me by. I like those. Do you know when you don't know
Yeah.
players' moves? I sick that. Crazy.
Morata's getting
I don't
too many
understand the
moves to
hype.
big
I
clubs.
don't understand.
How
the
has
I
he
hype.
always
stayed at
forget
this
where
level?
is he? Juve, Atleti, Juve.
Juve, Atleti,
Chelsea.
Real, Chelsea.
like his CV is incredible.
I'd love to be his agent.
Real Madrid, Juventus,
Reeking in
back to
cash.
Real Madrid, Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, and Juventus. Like, how is he getting these moves? He's never had a goal every other game for any club he's ever been at.
What are we trying to do? Yo, I'm actually sorry, but I'm starting to get irritated by our team. I just want to see something different. Like, it's just the same.
People saying steer clear from NFTs.
I'm going to stop speaking about them, by the way.
I agree, Abdul. They're not good for you.
They aren't good for you.
Oh,
Just
well done, Fred.
Fred,
That's
doing
what
up
I'm saying.
Frenkie de Jong.
Trade Pokemon cards instead.
Oh, I've got a Yu-Gi-Oh card in my phone.
What a
There.
nerd. You were one of
Yeah.
them guys in school, weren't you?
Yeah,
like
obviously.
I've got this card.
Mate.
Shush.
Mate, look at this, right?
Play match attacks like every man.
Look at this, right? The back of the card is the card. Like,
Ooh,
I've got the
dunno.
same sleeve. Look at that sleeve.
Do you ever have
yeah?
a Ronaldo
You
match
see that,
attack?
yeah?
Show me.
This is
Kaiba, there.
unbelievable.
That. Where can you get that there? Yeah? People who know, if you know, you know. I don't even need to go any closer. You know what that is.
Show me.
What we
Oh,
got?
they've changed. Didn't they used to have like a big eye thing in the back?
Yeah, they do. It's in.
He's
it's
put it
in
in a sleeve
in a
because
sleeve.
to
like,
protect it
Ah.
from
Yeah.
itself.
from.
If you sold this, how much would it cost?
Don't know, like
Let's have a look.
quid maybe.
What we
Dunno.
got?
I just like it.
There's
innit?
always these like nonces online who just like sell.
Oi,
like,
oi, all right, okay. Let's nip that in the
I'm
bud
not
now.
saying you're one of them. I'm just
mate.
saying you could be buying them off those guys.
Thank you.
I'm really happy with that, Jordan. Thanks,
nice,
for,
innit?
thanks for sending me
You
that.
nerd.
Hey, see that?
Absolutely
See that?
nerd.
That means it's in and out. Because
Yeah.
fuck.
Nice.
Nerd.
This game has the ball, the skin is coming off the ball. That's how bored the football is in this game. It's just shedding its own skin for some sort of entertainment. We've got a new football that isn't.
Can we-
force
Do you know what
fit.
won't get skin off your ball?
Manscaped.
Manscaped.
Unfortunately, this isn't sponsored by Manscaped, but that would have been great, Jordan. Thank you. Free kick to United.
Oh, he's gone for the early one. Wow.
enough.
Wow.
Someone said Obelisk the Tormented goated in the comments.
Whoever you are, what's the name?
You're a nerd.
I'll take your cap
What's
off.
more nerdy though, NFTs or Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Obviously,
NFTs is for DJs that like aren't very good at DJing. Do you know what I mean? And
Oh
Yu-Gi-Oh
my
cards are
God,
for
did you just
sad
see that
people
pass
who
from McTominay?
Stream on Twitch.
He's just
So
like
it
battered
depends who
it.
you want to be associated with, really.
Honestly though, but what is going on, bro? How do you play football like that? You just got the ball, he starts running, and then just goes, I'm just gonna batter this into the middle.
We've got Witsel playing centre half. Has he ever done that? It's a cracking ball, to be fair. It's offside.
Right, come on now.
That was wild though, man. Come on, that can't run. Like the guy just won the ball, just running, looks up. The guy's marked. I don't know, it was Bruno or Martial or Rashford, whoever was marked. He just batters them into it. He just batters the ball into them.
Fire.
It's so funny how he always adjusts his body as well, McTominay, to like make a certain pass.
It's a good pass that from Rashford.
Oh, Elanga.
Oh my god, it's the
Elanga.
same players this game. I'm so sick of watching it, bro. Like, I'm just sick of watching it. Like, I know it's pre-season.
That was really
but I could
nice.
just tell that's happening in 2-3 weeks' time, and I'm just gonna be rattled. It's the same 2-3 guys. Like, it's just there. I'm not clean enough on the ball, bro.
The political one says Stardust Dragon is goated. Do you know Stardust Dragon?
Yeah, I don't like all that. I can't remember what the bleeding card now. I don't like them.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm an OG player. That's what I like. Get there, Harry. Get there.
From the new
Good
set.
lad.
Nice,
Well done,
Maguire.
Harry. He did look slow there, didn't he, Maguire? But he got the ball first. That's all that matters.
Make a change.
Are you
think we're
6'4",
in it.
Maguire?
Yeah.
Or 6'3" or what? He's a big guy, isn't he?
Worth an effort, that.
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah. He's back with goodies.
All I need. Thank you, man.
You are a good man.
No surprise treats for
great,
the
man.
rest of us.
Why? Why would he do that?
What you say? It's for after the stream.
That is a very
hey,
cold one
hey.
as well. Love you, Callum. Oh, look at that. You know you've got yourself a nice drink when you could just do like one of these. Innit?
He's specially selected that out of the fridge. Like he's gone.
Yeah,
to
he's
the,
gone all
the
the way to
deep
the back.
end of the fridge.
He's moved a lot. Like, just.
Yeah.
That's a
Right,
good
stand in now, Elanga. Just keep him there. That'll do.
It's a good pass.
Good pass from Maguire there.
Yeah. Fred's been really good.
Come on,
Maguire's been
movement
really
needs
good.
to be better there.
Come on then now. Too slow there, Martial. It's all a bit slow, innit? They look a bit tired, to be honest.
I know what you're laughing at.
Go on then.
He's made that challenge again.
Centre.
One more.
Right. Lovely.
It's a good pass, that.
You know what? Alanga should have moved into that space time
Yeah,
back, you know.
he's a bit sluggish, wasn't he?
That was
good
a
pass
good-
from Bruno,
Good
though.
little move, yeah. It's good from Bruno. There's a lot of space there to attack. I wish Alanga had like just taken it up. Do you guys think like Red Bull's just like a placebo effect?
No, it's got caffeine in, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It'll get you. Caffeine will get you. Do you like Red Bull?
I try to stay away from it, but
I
sometimes
lit-
it's nice.
I probably don't have more
like
than
it's
like,
crack cocaine. I try to stay away from it, but sometimes on a night out.
probably don't have
I'm-
more than
I'm
like 10
partial
a
to
year.
a Jaeger bomb, innit? Partial.
Go on then. Good tackle there. Who's
Yeah.
that?
I've been really liking Baby Guinness.
Yeah,
right
they've-
now.
they're very popular at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah. They go down very nicely.
Nice.
Just like that.
Very
pasty.
good
Go on,
football.
Dallo.
I like that.
Well done
Back
there,
post.
Bruno,
as
did
well.
Back
well.
post. Full back to full back.
Runs,
Back post.
runs,
Back post.
runs. Why is there one running the whole pitch?
Martial couldn't be arsed making a run there.
The runs there was so bad. Like we just didn't want to get in the area at all.
It was too easy to get out there.
I really hope this isn't the starting team of the season. Obviously, Sancho's going to make a big difference on Alanga, but
I don't think
McTominay's
McTominay will be in the team.
stinker.
To be honest.
let's be honest. Let's be honest. He stinks.
He ain't got a clue, let's be honest.
So annoying because I actually like low key like him, but he just doesn't help himself.
That
Have
could
you
not
booked
have
already,
been
Sam?
more perfectly timed.
Oh, he's gone half collar up now. Look at him. It's half
That,
collar up.
that's just worse, isn't it?
No, but no, because if it's half collar up, you can pretend that it just sort of got
Just,
popped
yeah.
up by accident.
Oh yes.
Eriksen.
Here he
Finally.
is. Here he is.
Chris Eriksen.
Please be McTominay. It's either going to be Elanga or McTominay.
Hopefully it's McTominay.
Good pressing there, was that?
Rashford.
It's good though.
I think Ten Hag wants them to get used to this like level of match as well. That's why, even though Ajax
Oh,
made all
they
these
should have scored then.
changes.
They should have scored then.
Yeah, Atletico have
They
made
should have
all
scored.
these changes. He just needs like to.
Yeah. Sal should have scored there.
Oh, I forgot they
He's got
got
free,
him back in it.
free shot.
That is one of the stinkiest loan moves ever, innit?
Mate, we
8
wanted him
yards out.
like tough as well.
Our fans wanted him, and the guy is just not a DM. It hasn't been a DM for like a while. It's Elanga,
Donny.
Donny.
Eriksen for Martial. Right, so Bruno's defo
He
gone.
slapped Bruno up front.
He might have gone to the left and put Rashford as a 9.
That'd be
Maybe.
interesting as well, yeah. That's a good shout.
Yeah, he has done it.
Donny for who, please? For McTominay?
Don't know.
I would like that, to be fair. Yes.
Yeah, Martial and McTominay off, Donny
I like
and
these changes.
Eriksen on.
I'm a fan. Some competent ball players in midfield. How lovely.
Oh,
There's touch.
everything
Oh,
he does. Ugh.
Unreal. Look at him.
Look
Yeah.
at him.
He don't even have to do anything.
Look at
He's
that.
just shit. He gives the ball away.
That
He's
is
worse than McTominay.
Basically,
What a game.
Paul Scholes just
You know what I
there.
mean?
What a player.
Yeah.
Oh, Donny, what a player. Oh, Chris. Oh,
Oh.
I'm telling you.
He's giving the ball away, but my
Whoa.
word, did he do it well?
Wow.
Hey? At least it wasn't Scott McTominay giving the ball away. It was the new guy giving the ball away. That's way better. Fucking hell.
I'm in full agreement with Abdul that he will be an underrated signing. Or he is an underrated signing, should we say. Will he be better than Pogba?
Ooh, Maguire.
No.
Elanga's on that.
Do you not think?
No.
Interesting.
Do you think he will?
I think he'll be more effective in what Erik Ten Hag wants him to do than what managers wanted Pogba to do. I think he'll be more effective in that regard.
Maybe.
Mm.
Look at that. It's not a foul, is it? He runs
No,
across
he
the
did-
line
I know,
and then
and all the
falls
shit
over.
that he's not given this
I know, it's
game, and he
mental.
gives that one.
They're such shit. Some of the
Absolute
Atletico
toss
players.
pot.
It's mental.
Bro.
Go
It's
on.
not bad,
There you
that,
go.
is it?
So funny when players miss headers like at this level. Fred's been alright, to be fair, from like deep, considering like it's not really his natural area.
Yeah.
He's starting to like settle into it.
I can't work out who's playing where at the minute. It looks like it's Donny that's playing the deepest alongside. Well, Fred's
I think
the
they've got
deepest,
rid
and
of
then
the
Donny.
double pivot and they've just gone one.
And then
I think.
like Bruno, Eriksen, and Elanga, Rashford, all just sort of across the front line. Eriksen.
Oh, see that fake?
Shut up.
Wow.
Wow, what a turn.
That's actually a nice ball, though.
One more.
Bro,
Great cross, that. Great cross.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, really good.
There's levels to this. Scott McTominay would have somehow went into a 50-50 there.
When attempted a cross.
It's a good
Yeah,
cross, that,
trust
isn't
me.
it?
Ball,
50-50
that.
cross.
Nah, he'd just waited like, you know what, he'd receive the ball, then his big legs would just go everywhere, then that midfielder would have closed him down, then it would have been like a big scuffle.
A scuffle.
Nice.
I think that's new.
Like a scuffle. Similar but different.
Scuffle.
Scuffle, cuffle.
Scuffle.
Scuffle.
We're scoring this game. We're winning 1-0.
Do you reckon?
Called it.
Christian Eriksen. What a man.
Christian Eriksen chips it up and then Martinez does an overhead kick from 70 yards.
Let me see the dynamics of the game.
To the top corner.
2 seconds. I'll let you know who bags are.
Well done.
Maguire, you know.
Harry.
You know what?
I didn't think he would get in there, to be fair.
He's been. Look, even Griezmann's clapping for him there. He's like, yeah, quality, mate.
Tracks the run well.
Tell you what, them new yellow Puma boots are nice.
His trim's not low. He needs to sort that out.
He's not alright, and he had him in it.
Yeah, he's a bit of a weirdo, isn't he, Griezmann?
Yeah.
Just that. Does he think that trim looks alright? Like, really?
He loves it. They just bought him, didn't they, last season, DePaul?
Yeah, he's good, you know.
Where was it? He played in Italy, didn't he?
Udinese.
Yeah.
That was
Good
it.
player. Very good player. He's such a Simeone midfielder as well. Just like one of them. Oi! Last year
getting fancy there when we're drawing 0-0. Love that.
Tell you what, I think he's had a good
We're
game.
winning 1-0 with a Marcus Rashford goal.
Nice.
Do I get a chicken wing off you for free?
No, I'll encourage the NFT
Ooh, I like
scene
that.
to boost your
No, but I want a chicken wing.
puffy penguin over its
I
corner.
don't want to.
Oh, he should have played
What
it
do you
earlier. He
expect?
should have played it
Okay.
earlier.
No, but the cutback's on, so why are you doing that for, man? Oh, come on, guys. Like, yo, this... Ten Hag's going to be so annoyed after this game.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
should have passed it there. He
Bruno's
had loads of
down.
time.
There. Do it
No,
there.
but what he did there, like, it's okay because now the cutback's on. Because the defenders have gone.
So this, if you weren't here last time,
Well,
is
it wasn't,
the
was it?
lucky, thanks to that, the lucky shuttlecock.
Right.
This goes
Can
in
I?
view, so I'd say I'd leave it there.
No, you've got it wrong. You weren't there last.
Or-
You weren't there in the Liverpool.
Or on there.
Where's it
Or
going?
on there, if you want. Yeah.
So
That's
we-
where
when
Joe
that goes on there,
McGrath
we
put
win.
it, and that's why we won. And we're winning 1-0 with a Marcus Rashford goal. I told you that.
Fucking
you like
Axel
that?
Witsel acting like he was the last person on Gladiator there, wasn't he? Like, the ball was going at 6 miles an hour.
Thank
he's
you,
putting
by the way,
putting in
whoever
diving
remembered
headers.
Shit.
So that's the lucky shuttlecock.
Guess
is
what I did with it last game?
I don't want to.
Accidentally went like this, and then it went,
And then we conceded.
and then we conceded.
Well,
in
that's
the
just
last minute.
stupid, isn't it?
I forgot. He just dropped. But the game before, we beat Liverpool 4-0 with it being on.
Go on, Harry.
Oh.
Harry. Harry, lad.
You know what? Was that
score that.
Ericsson?
Yeah.
Harry,
Got to
lad.
score that.
We're winning the lot. I'm telling you, mate. Look at that cross.
How was he?
Oh,
put
that is a ball,
Oh,
though.
that is such a
is
bad header.
Ball, though.
That is
Gotta
such a
score.
bad header. How
I'll
has
let
he
him
put
off.
that so far wide? Oh, you
I let him off because he's
sausage.
had a good game, but he should.
I know, but there's no excuses with that,
No,
lad.
don't.
There's no excuses with that.
Honestly. How can you not keep a shuttlecock on a mic stand? It's basic stuff.
Because I like to touch my mic stand.
Interesting. I wonder where that was going.
Okay.
Very much wondered
Is
where
that
that was
Facundo
going.
coming on? For Anthony Elanga.
I actually know ball. Because I said that. I called that.
What, Palistri? Wait, when you saw him
Balanga.
warming up, you called it?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I said it started the game. I was like, I feel like
Brian Clough,
Palestri's
you, aren't you?
closer to Sancho.
You see a
than-
right winger warming up and think he might replace the current right winger. Fucking hell.
Abdul knows ball.
Mystic Abdul in the building.
By the way, guys, I was joking. Like, it's obviously there's one right winger to come on. So
Hopefully he has a bit of a better game though. 15 minutes to go. Oh, wish Maguire had scored that.
no,
Should have done as well. 6
it has to be a
out.
Rashford winner because I called it now.
Oh, right, yeah. If you want to keep your moniker, you want to be seen as someone that can see into the future.
To be honest, I've got an absolutely elite piece of content on this channel, which you can go back to, where I predicted a 3-2 win for United against Southampton in the League Cup. OG full-time Devillers will remember it.
And did we win 3-2?
We won 3-2, and I also said Zlatan scoring the winner. And I said Gabbiadini's having a madness for Southampton.
You got a brace,
scored two
didn't
goals.
in the final.
Go check
you
the
mean?
comments, yeah, in the
Oh,
final.
right.
It was the vlog. Go check the comments for that. Go, guys, go check the vlog out. Obviously, after the video. Don't want to get sacked. We need
I'm telling you,
we
he's
need the
not
views.
misplaced a pass. Yeah.
Ericsson.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. Coming on and completing passes. It is.
He actually wants the
pandering.
ball. There.
It's disgusting.
He actually wants
playing the ball in behind, creating chances, not putting a pass wide.
Not what we
Rubbish.
want. Not what
we want people to come on.
We want mistakes.
Lose the ball, get tackled, hit it out for a goal kick.
We want social media meltdowns.
He obviously hasn't read the script, has he?
Oh, he saw that run. Late run by Donny. Terrible ball.
Though.
Horrible ball. Is he playing Rashford through the middle?
I don't know. It all looks very fluid. It seems like Malacia has had the ball in the final third more than anyone.
Yeah.
Since the subs. Go on then. Win that. Well done. Yes, Marcus. Good pressing.
Good
that from
energy.
Rashford. Forcing out for a throw in. How was that? Tasty.
Red Bull doesn't taste nice. I don't know how people have it on the daily. I just need it today, to be honest.
Oh, I tell you what.
I'll tell you. Go on, Dave.
never
Breaking
see
lines
Dave
and
doing them.
all of that stuff. Ooh.
Oh,
He did his best to fuck that up as
Who
well.
was
didn't
that,
he,
by
there?
the way? Was that Ericsson? Oh,
Eriksen.
come on. I love that.
It was intercepted.
All right, come on, man. Just let me have my fun.
Oh, sorry.
He's
No, it
so
was great.
good.
McTominay would have turned back and then just started fighting with the ground and the ball and the opposition.
Oh, Abdul. You have a problem, don't you?
Yeah, especially considering McTominay's not on the pitch.
Fred, man. What's that?
Yeah. Listen, by the way, guys, like, I thought I just knocked the mic off.
Come on.
Nah, I've not got a McTominay agenda. You know, if you watched the last half an hour, it looks
So
like.
you don't think?
It's just this game. He's just really the first. Like, come on, man. We can't start the season with him doing that stuff.
No,
I said it. I
don't
actually
think
like the
that.
guy, but
Yeah, we need to get.
I like a bit of.
Yeah.
But then you need to have a bit of flair,
Yeah,
and a bit
definitely.
of touch, and a bit of. He doesn't have that.
I think Scott McTominay and Flair shouldn't really be
Not flair, but just a bit.
in the same
just
sentence.
a bit of a touch, man. Just a bit of a. You know what I'm saying? A bit of. You know what I'm saying? Last 10 minutes. My Rashford goal's coming. I'm telling you right now.
I hope you're right. I do.
100%, bro. 100%.
I feel like we've not got the ball in the box at all second half, have we?
Doesn't matter. We're still winning 1-0. Yeah, you're not going to score like that, mate.
Go on then.
Why is everyone pushing to like one side there? Like, I don't know. This has been such a bad game of football.
Yeah, it's been a bit gross, hasn't
Grim watch.
it? Yeah.
Atletico just stink, man. Even in pre-season, like, they just stink.
Isn't it horrible that they win leagues doing this as well?
Imagine
Was
have
it
to
2
watch your
leagues in the
team
last
do
6
this every
years or
week.
what? No.
Sickening stuff. There will be someone in the comments. This is why our standards are low. Shush. I couldn't do it, man. Honestly, I couldn't watch horrible football every week, man. I'd rather like a manager come in.
He coaches
like-
it as well. He integrates it into him to
and
play.
he's worked in every single area of the
Yeah.
game as well. Like, he still works.
Traditional 4-4-2. Nasty.
Yeah. Leeds football. Well done, David.
Go on, David. Lindelof, come on, man, make a run. The fullback there taking his in time.
It's a bit slow in it now.
It is like Bruno inside left in that Tadic
Yeah.
role, isn't it? Nice ball from Fred.
He did well
Someone needs to
control
be on that
Rashford.
right zone, though, man.
He did well to control that.
Oh.
Not his finest moment.
Fancy
It's
poo-poos.
been a stinker of a game, man. This has just been fitness in it and vibes. Not gonna see Martinez, which is a bit sad.
Fitness and vibes. Wow.
Go on, Ericsson.
So they can't swing for him. He's got a heart problem.
Has he got a heart problem still?
I'd assume so. He's got the
Has he still
the
got that
defibri-
little
is it
clicker?
Is it a defibrillator?
So, pancreas.
Something like that.
That's for diabetes, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, it's basically a
what
mini
do you call it?
defibrillator, isn't it? If his heart
Not that, sorry,
misses
the
beats
other
or stops.
Go, play him now.
Nice ball from Palestri there.
Go on then,
Have a go,
Rashford.
Nick.
Oh,
Going in.
oh,
Have a go.
oh! You gotta lay off the left. Oh, no! Why didn't he lay him off? That was a good little break.
That's
Though.
annoying. Why could he not just put
I
his
wish
head up?
Palestri just laid off Bruno there, though, man.
It's a good pass and run that as well there.
Bruno in that like little pocket.
Yeah, just one more.
All Palestri had to do was just. The thing is, Palestri could have even taken a touch and then like decided to either slot it or there was no need to rush that.
Handball.
That was so
handball,
handball. That was so handball, by the way. Now we're bagging though.
Better though there.
My mouth came
Running
to
in
me.
behind
Oh,
and,
man.
and finding the passes again.
Come on, boys, fuck me.
I don't know if you'll know this, Abdul. I know you're into your stats and all that. Do you know when you talk about a header being contested and a header being won, someone winning a duel, is that deemed by whose head the ball comes off or which team picks up the ball after the header?
Ooh, I actually don't know that.
Because if I go up and win the ball but it goes behind me and onto your striker,
Surely
is that if I
aerial
can-
duel one.
it's just person to person.
I actually don't know that, but
Okay.
surely like yes, aerial duel one is if you've won the actual duel.
Yeah, rather
'Cause it would
than where
make
it's gone
sense.
afterwards.
Because I think when you actually like get like for example if you're heading it onto someone,
Yeah.
like that'll be like a completed pass.
Right. Okay.
So I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah. You know what, Palestri though. I know he missed
That's
that shot,
fucking
but
awful, that, you know.
the passing behind to Rashford,
Yeah, that was good.
I would have liked to see a bit more than from him in the second half. I would have given him more minutes. Because Alanga, man, I don't know what's wrong. Like, a lot of energy, a lot of like closing down and stuff, but
On the ball, he's not
the
been
ball
good,
has
has he?
been very poor. I like the fact that Fred's like learning this position.
Yeah.
Donny.
Nearly. I think Donny should have stayed in front of his man there, to be fair. Give him a better option.
Well done.
Malacia did very well.
Yeah, he did.
I think he's probably been our best player, to be honest.
Malacia.
Yeah. I Ericsson.
He's been good.
Maguire.
I think Fred, Malacia, Maguire would be my three.
Maguire obviously missed that chance, which is frustrating.
Yeah.
How has he put it so far wide?
It's just glanced. It's just
Yeah.
slid off his big head, hasn't it?
He's got such a 50p head, hasn't he?
It's a good pass, almost.
Hate them grounds where it's just like you got the little bit of shade.
And then bright sun.
It's just, yeah, it's unfair.
This
innit?
game's this time of year, innit? Those early season games always look like that. Well, it's just pure bright sun and then absolute darkness. It's the Community Shield in a bit, isn't it? Playing
is
at
It is, yeah.
King Power
Hey.
Stadium as well.
What? They're not playing it at.
No, because I
Wembley?
think because the Women's Euros tomorrow.
Ah,
Right, stand him up now.
fair enough. That's a fun venue to have it at.
Oh, what a goal.
Felix,
Felix.
What a goal.
Finish.
1-0 Atletico.
Wow, Felix.
Just what he sort of squares up Dallo, doesn't he? And I think he puts it between his
Guy
legs.
with a Maradona.
Why has he got a Maradona flag out?
He's dead in it, so.
You said it was 1-0.
Nah, I did say it was on there. I got something
Right.
right.
You said Rashford, but you meant Felix. didn't you?
Technically.
It's a good finish, that.
that
How
is
Felix
very, very
loves
nice
playing
finish.
against us, you know.
I know, it's fucking annoying, isn't
It's
it?
a
He doesn't
quality
actually
finish.
make him, it goes behind his legs.
That's just class.
Steps across too early.
That's class. That's
Yeah.
class.
Bloody hell.
Well, that's the season gone, isn't it?
Yeah. Might as well get Ten Hag out now before he really derails the whole team.
No, come on. We
No,
can
it's
still
too
bring
late.
it back. Nah, come. You can't do that.
It's dusted.
Can't do that.
It's
bro,
dusted.
can't.
It's gone. It means
Still got 5 minutes to go. Let's get an equaliser.
Negative guy.
It means nothing to us anymore. Nothing.
Go on then.
That's what I wanted to see Martinez, man. I want to see, you know, when you get on your left foot there, just them passes. Felix is class.
He's got more energy than us, hasn't he?
Have that, Donny.
Horrible game.
Yeah, it's been poor, hasn't it, really?
To be fair, like the fact that they've brought on like a whole other 11 and a decent one at that as well.
Their squad depth is quite underrated, isn't it? The squad depth at Atletico.
Yeah.
They've got like the old group of players, like the ones that have been there for a while.
Oh,
Shit from Ericsson. Poor ball.
It's like he just didn't know what he wanted
he's
to
caught
do.
between
halfway
it,
through,
won't he?
didn't
Yeah. Caught between two there.
lines. Nice. Great ball from Bruno. Rashford's in.
Oh, a touch and a half that, but it's a fucking brilliant tackle as well.
Oh, they're such little rats, these lot, bro.
So annoying.
You'd have to kick one of them, bro. If I was
So
playing,
annoying.
I'd have to kick one of them.
Just buying fouls all the time and fucking fouling you in return. It's horrible. He does well there.
Remember that Atletico away kit from like a couple of years back?
On ball. On balls it twice. Luca Mora says, Ten Hag's first big test and we lose. We beat Liverpool 4-1 or 4, whatever the fuck it was. 4-0. You can't say that Atletico is more of a big test than Liverpool.
Yes, yes. I like that a
Fred
lot.
jumping in there.
Yes, Fred.
I'm
Give
right
it
at
him.
the twat.
What are you
What
going
did
to
he
do?
do then?
The shittest haircut as well,
What
Morata.
are you
How is he
gonna do?
still using that Simon
It's the
from in between his
same- it's the
haircut
same
that he's had for
trim, innit?
10 years? Honestly, who is his barber?
Oh, fucking hell,
He's going
Fred.
supercuts for that.
Fred, man.
Yes, Fred. Yes.
I respect that from Fred.
Like that a lot. Go on, Maguire.
If you get
That's
a
a
red card
sending.
in a
I'm sorry,
friendly,
that is a sending
you're not
off, though.
suspended for the next friendly.
Yeah, exactly. Just twat him. You're
Get
not
sent
losing
off.
anything.
Who gives a shit?
Worst comes to worst, he'll end up in like a Norwegian
Fucking
prison,
hell.
innit?
Yeah.
He's just like.
I mean, that is
stamped on
really
him,
worst case scenario.
isn't it?
He just fouled him and then jumped into him 2 forward while he was sat on the ground. Has he been sent off? I think he has, hasn't he?
Yes, Fred.
Do we like that?
Yes, I like that a lot. Fred with a red.
I mean, it's definitely a yellow card, isn't it?
It's a straight red,
It's arguably
really.
a straight red, yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
can't dump in on
Atletico have been
someone too
taking
far.
the piss all game, bro.
They have, but
They've had a few
the end outcome is
yellows.
the end outcome is we're down to 10 men and they've won the game. So it's like we can have some sort of moral high ground.
I like that though, Fred. I like that. Give it him. Yes. Go on, show
Look,
it.
that was
Hopefully
a
it's good.
foul.
Yes.
That's a yellow.
One more, please.
That's
one
a
more,
yellow.
one more.
And then
I'm not seeing it.
that's just
Yes.
fucking.
Yes.
And then he's like, right. It annoys me because he goes. What have I done?
Wait, did you just
What have
give
I
him a
done?
double yellow?
He's already been booked
straight
once.
No, he already got booked in it.
Ah. Oh, he's already been booked.
Yeah.
But that first foul was a yellow,
Yes.
so he would have been sent off that.
Oh, that was
and then he
such
just
a
went,
red
fuck
card.
it.
That is such a red card. Kicked him 3 times. You know, he kicked him twice and then 2-footed.
2-foot
into his
stomped on
stomach.
him. Fucking hell.
What a guy. That's exactly what I wanted to see at the end of this game. If we leave with a draw, and
We
that,
love losing 1-0 to Atletico Madrid, don't we? It's fucking
Horrible last
our
team.
favourite thing to do.
Oi. Commentator there.
Fred sees red.
Serious buzz. Fred sees red.
Fuck me, they're a bit late with that, weren't they? They just put on. Pelistri just come on. The graphics guy over here,
Graphics
right?
guy's having a
Cam and he's playing for Paddock,
man.
that's why.
He's having
He's doing it from his
Sort it out.
He's doing it on a
Danger.
3G connection from Withenshaw. That's why it's taking him so long. We're nearly at 1,000 likes. We're over 800 likes. If we can push to 1,000 likes. If you're watching this and you haven't liked the video, please hit like. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 likes before the end of the game. Is James Garner come on?
What, it's taking Palestri off?
Yeah, because Fred got sent off, didn't he? So he's put James Garner on for 2 minutes.
927 likes. Come on. Yeah, that is James Garner.
The whole game's just
there.
been like that, innit? It's just a dead game. I wanted to see some proper football, man. It's been a stinker of a day. That's a good throw, that, from the low.
Good touch as well. Come on, Donny.
That's so handball. That's so... Guy went...
These guys, honestly.
What are these, like, random claps?
I know, this happened all game. I have no idea why.
It's like the Mexican waves in Melbourne. Full time then, Manchester United 0, Atletico Madrid 1. A difficult, frustrating, shitty little game that, wasn't it? We'll come back with the review in a few minutes, but just a couple of words, Abdul. Tricky game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a horrible game, but it's pre-season. Obviously, won't look too much into it. Can still see what we're trying to do. Some good pressing, decent structure, but again, it boils down to the players on the ball.
Yeah.
Not doing it, to be honest, for me, a couple of them.
Everyone going over to Christian Eriksen to say well done and etc. Do you like that, or is it? When does it go into like? Do you remember? I think Kante got to that point where everyone was like, "Isn't he so nice?
you're
He's so
cute,
like
you, mate?"
patting him on the head. Kante is so cute. He's got so much humility. He turns up to work on a bike or whatever it was that like.
Or Mini Cooper.
Yeah, that was it in a Mini. Are people pushing it with Eriksen? If you were him,
I don't think
like,
so.
just treat him like a normal
No,
person?
I don't think so. He had a heart attack on a pitch. Right.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to be treated
And he's
as
back now.
charity.
He is back now, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So treat him like everyone else. Anyway, we're
Man
back for the
United
review
media
in a few
team.
minutes.
Brandon Williams, wait for him upstairs.
We'll be back. Yeah, exactly. We'll be back in a few
coincidence.
minutes for the review. Thank you very much for joining us. Manchester United 0, Atletico Madrid 1 again. We'll see you in a bit.